Leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll. Hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask. Get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much. World combat sports. Talking way too much. World combat sports. Talking way too much. World combat sports.
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in MF game, man. We back with another one. Devil Dog on the move. Just was kicked off another panel. Victorious, flawless victory. Yes, I choose to integrate myself into the conversation because all these old EJ fans are trying to come to the surface, y'all. Trying to pretend like they've been fucking with Boots the whole time. It's my duty to prove that you are stupid. That's my duty. Don't be mad. Don't get in your feelings and talk about it's just boxing, but then you kicked me off my panel when I was just talking boxing. How can a nigga get mad at you and call you all sorts of names when you talking boxing, nigga? I've been here long enough and I understand why that's the case, man. I do have a history. Now. I'll say Jen Sasaki wasn't the A-side. They criticizing Norman for going over to Japan and fighting, right? Giving international exposure. He got the belt. It's up to him to go over there and retain that belt. It's up to him. But you want to use the analogy, who's the A-side between Canelo and Bivol? Who gives a fuck? That's two different situations. Last time I checked, Bivol had titles, right? Right? So you using Canelo moving up to fight Bivol is irrelevant to the conversation. Because you're saying Jen Sasaki, a ranked opponent, is the A-side. Well, goddamn, I remember Karen was ranked pretty high both times, and he won the A-side. I found out that I'm talking about the real reason that Lowe's and freaking Home Depot had a high influx of knee pads is because the fight fans are coming back out again, sucking off these foreign fighters. They're coming back out of the bunkers, like I said, because they frustrated. The conversation is back on top again. Now they're being exposed. Yeah, knee pads are the all-time high. They selling real good because you have social media fellatio at an all-time high. When somebody's on your panel talking boxing and you kick them off for talking boxing, you're soft. When you call another nigga soft for talking boxing and you're mad and feel some type of way and you're raising your voice, screaming, yelling, and you think I can't do it? You think I can't raise my voice either because y'all frustrated? Y'all up here trying your best to give Boots all this credit when you wasn't fucking with him one fight ago. These cats was not fucking with him like that. Now all of a sudden, we have it all over again. And you know me, I love goddamn dipping 2 fingers in that vapor rub and rubbing that shit around in my motherfucking hand and wiping the dead on your eyeballs. Because I want to help you see what happened back in July 29th. Of all the trash talk y'all was talking, and you just don't want to acknowledge that you feel some type of way about that moment. Now you all up here trying to say, oh, let me talk ill about motherfuckers instead of talking about making a fight. They want to sit up here and trash the same shit that we seen happen with Crawford. They want to go back down the same road. Why? Because they just not that developed mentally to be able to talk boxing and keep it on boxing. They just want to make it personal. That's why when you goddamn rowing just a little bit faster than them upstream, they get pissed off. One row goes downstream, the second oar goes downstream. Now they up there paddling with their hands. Toss me a life jacket, WCS. Toss me a life jacket. No. You should be good, because once you go over that waterfall, you have a split second when you come to the top to swim your ass to shore. I can't help that you all are trying so damn hard to act like you was fucking with Boots one fight ago. Before Stanthionis, y'all niggas wasn't nowhere to be heard. This nigga said, oh, I think I'm gonna go up to 154. Like I said, I don't have no problem with Boots, man. It's just I know the culprits when I see their ass. Them motherfuckers are back trying to pretend and masquerade their ass around here like they've been fucking with this guy. And so who they want to say? They want to act like the other 2 champions ain't shit. Now they want to get mad because Senior talking shit. Nobody can talk no more on this social media shit. Don't it remind you, right? Don't it remind you? They was talking about how Crawford never talked shit to the media and he didn't care and he didn't this and that. Now you have a totally different situation materializing at 147 pounds. And we seen Bill Haney on here trash talking. We seen Lopez Sr. We done seen Schofield. We done seen DSG father trash talk. We done seen Williams Sr. trash talk. It's been plenty father-son tandems. We done seen Jahaz's father trash. We done seen and heard plenty of father-son tandems talk that shit. We have heard and we have witnessed plenty of fathers talk they shit. But now all of a sudden we got make you want to goddamn take your 22 out, huh? Is that ducks out this motherfucker? That possums? Should we call animal control? What's that shit out here? Sound like a tree full of possums or something, goddamn it. A brand new family of chipmunks. Squirrels, goddamn it. See, this is why boxing has some of the worst fan base ever. Because I've been telling you all, we're not too far removed from July 29, 2023. So when I bring up the Crawford Spence situation, when niggas be up here trying to talk about how people are not worth this and not worth that. He ain't worth this, ain't worth that. Stop the motherfucking madness. Norman Jr. and Ennis is pretty much 1-1 with standout fights. Like I said, Norman has a bit of an edge when you talk about fights people want to see. You could pick Cuevas and Santillan, and you can just pick Stanthionis with Boots. Ain't nobody trying to see Karen 1. Ain't nobody trying to see Abanesian. Nobody is trying to see Karen 2 over Santillan. Nobody's trying to see Karen versus Boots 2 over Cuevas. Nobody's trying to see that shit. Maybe they'll say, you know what, let me hit the replay. Let me hit the replay on this motherfucking Stante on this fight. Okay, why it lasted. Let me hit the replay. And then they start just jumping off and driving off road and shit. Man, mad as drool and shit all over the window. Niggas are mad, thinking they're going to get to the destination any faster when you start reminding them how it all went down. You always talking about what Crawford didn't deserve. If a nigga's up here telling you that heading into that fight, you felt that Jaron Ennis was going to wash him, then stop talking about the nigga great. If you feel that he's going to go in here and wash Norman Jr., stop talking about the nigga great. If you feel he's going to go in here and wash Mario Barrios, stop talking about the nigga great. Because the last time, we all know that Crawford made a fighter that was on the pound for pound list next to him look like he was nobody. In this case, what do we say? Those belts have been vacated and there's a new guard on deck. But with this new guard, their credentials are far below the two names that we seen at the 147. You know, the roster in general, when it comes down to the Keith Thurmans, Sean Porters, Terrence Crawfords, Errol Spence, all them names up there, the whole roster at 147 right now is below that class. So since we understand he was the guy that said, I've been trying to look for you since 2018. This is the guy. This is the guy, yo. Why you getting mad at WCS? This is the guy. Yeah, we've been looking for you since 2018. Why were you at 2018? I know you was doing something. You were about to go out there and fight that guy Jeff Horn. What Jeff Horn on deck? Oh my God! I mean, I've been looking for you in 2018. Well, you about to fight old Jeffy? Jeff Horn, the Aussie fighter. I know you were trying to fight. I may not have been looking for you for 2018. I might have got my numbers wrong. I think I got my numbers. Man, bro, they are crashing the fuck out. Upper echelon kicked me off his panel. Niggas start goddamn calling me all sorts of names. And I say, God damn it, WCS, you still got it. Because when a nigga kick you off their panel, that means you've earned a flawless victory. That means you was talking your shit. Because nigga, if you raising your voice and cussing and all that other obscene, dropping obscenities and all that shit, and it's boxing talk, and you can't stand the rain, nigga, that's weakness right there. You gonna call somebody soft just from boxing talk? Come on, man. You letting me know I still got it. And I really haven't been on niggas' neck like that on social media. I'm talking straight boxing, bro. And of course, I'm in there with a bunch of Errol Spence fanatics. Ones who are trying to masquerade like they got the RSVP. Hey, man, join us for the All Out Masquerade Party 2025. We're remembering, but yet we're bringing in the new Errol Spence 2.0. We are building up a community of followers to band together to cap on Jerome Great. We're talking about a fighter that they say will wash the remaining two champions. So therefore, when I present, hey, so I'm glad you said that. So if it's not a 50-50 fight in your eyes, and Ennis has less accolades than Crawford did when y'all was shitting on him to face Spence, how is Ennis going to be considered great if y'all are saying that Stantionis, you knew he was going to wash him? Brian Norman, you know you're going to wash him. Barrios, you know you're going to wash him. Like, how is that considered to be great? How are you going to, less than 2.5 years removed from that T-Mobile massacre? Hold up. I still smell the blood in that motherfucker, boy. I still smell the money I made off that fight, too. That's some good oxygen. Damn, that's a good hit. Woo! God damn. We still under 2.5 years. 2.5 years? And they finally coming back out to play, and they're trying to act like Boots. They're trying to act like Boots got such an incredibly higher scale portfolio than Brian Norman Jr. No, they're on the same level right now. They both champions. They both have a championship. We've been through this before. In order to, okay, remember that. In order to conclude your undisputed declaration, in order to do that, you need all 4 titles. Unfortunately, for some people, they still living in an antiquated system. They believe that since they have 2 belts and feel like now they on top, it's good to be intoxicated off hypocrisy. It's good because they feel that since Boo has 2 titles and Norman has 1, they forget if you're going to bring in Canelo Bivol. Bivol had a title. Canelo was able to move up to 54. I look, I would have better yet, upper, lower, echelon. I would rather you said, hey, Canelo moved up to fight Triple G. Who was the ace? I would have rather you use that, but you use Canelo moving up to fight Bivol. What does that have to do with the topic of discussion? What does that have to do with anything, yo? How can you be called soft off a boxing conversation that you crashed out over? I'm up there in enemy territory like I have always been, and I haven't did it in a long time, but I'm used to it. And same thing happened. They always give me the goddamn victory without me working for it. At least make me work for it, goddamn it. Cutting me off and muting my mic is not me working for that shit. Just because you yell and scream, why do these cats look? Why when it comes to WCS, I can't yell and scream, nigga? Like, damn, I come in there and I'm trying to act like I'm on the radio, nigga. I be just trying to talk, keep my tone low and clear and understandable, crispy. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And then they be yelling and screaming. Listen, man, you cut me off. Yeah. I say, yo, man. And you got some Bear 350 in the medicine cabinet? Dude, take about 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers, dog. We're talking boxing, nigga. We're talking boxing. We're talking on a conversation where you all are trying to retread the same behavior that you did with Crawford Spence. And they always say, y'all, this is their favorite line now. Why are we talking about that? This don't have shit to do with motherfucking what we talking about with Norman Jr. and Boots. We don't. Of course it does. Because y'all was talking about a fighter that you say Ricky Burns didn't do shit. Julius and Dongo didn't shit. And forget everybody in between didn't do shit. But the main point I was trying to make is that these 2 fighters made the fight happen. Out of all the motherfucking vocals that was saying that Crawford didn't deserve this, that, and the other, guess what? He still got paid. Spence got paid. Al Heyman said he didn't want nobody touching it. Showtime touched it. Yeah, it was a lot of touching going on. Showtime touched that motherfucker, and people got paid. They got made. They was made whole, financially compensated, right? A lot of motherfuckers was wrong on how the fight was gonna happen. They was just giving up. No, the fight ain't gonna happen because Crawford, he's pricing himself out. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit no more. I'm telling you niggas, I'm not hearing it. You know how powerful that a person can make you feel is that if you don't frequent their channel a lot, but they end up bringing up shit about shit you said, or they know about you and how your rhythm and flow is, and they ain't gonna compliment you. They know you talk your shit about boxing, but you never really seen them in your chat. But when they crash out, they talk about shit that you've been saying on your panel. You giving me power to know the nigga, you sit up here and listen to me outside the motherfucker. Whenever I dropped the link, you was in the chat outside, out of bounds, in the shadows. You didn't want to goddamn jump on and talk boxing. You're showing me that you was paying attention. If you see these niggas say, they talk about some shit that you said, but you never seen them around when you actually said it, that means they've been listening. Now they finally have the opportunity in the floor. Can I have my time? Yes. Your time is now. Now they have the floor. They have the time. When I drop the link, niggas don't want to pull up. I go over there, click their link, come in all respectful. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm on my military. I'm showing tact. I'm showing bearing. You know what I'm saying? I'm being very extremely cordial to my black people. But my black people in the end, they always want to crash out, nigga. And boy, you can tell how frustrated they are because they know. You can't call me a Crawford fanboy and all that shit and expect me to get upset. It's not gonna happen. Y'all niggas steadily sitting up here always talking about dick. You niggas keep more dick in your mouth. If you say the alphabet, it'll go like this: A, B, C, D. No, I can't use D. That's for me. Okay, skip over that. E, F, G. Y'all niggas stink. Y'all don't talk about no female nipples. Oh, man, stop. That's out of bounds. Don't do that. Your girl giving head. Oh, man, that's disrespectful. But then when it comes down to these niggas, and, trying to goddamn insult you, the first thing they do, they want to talk about, man, you dick riding, you this, that, and the other. Fight fans need to understand one thing. If you advocating for a fighter extremely, when I say extremely, that means your blood pressure is just a little bit higher than usual. Your heart rate is just a little bit different than usual. Your tone of voice is a little bit higher than usual. Okay? That means you're advocating for a fighter for a reason, whoever that fighter may be. Now, it's come to a point where we have people shitting on Norman Jr. for fun. For fun, right? I've seen it before. At one point in time, they were shitting on Devin Haney, who wasn't on freaking online like that. Then he finally got his shit. Before that, his resume was just like Boots and all them. They really haven't fought nobody spectacular until he started to fight the champions. Came Undisputed, shut it down. They have to start somewhere. But just because you start doesn't mean you have to be on your knees. You don't have to crawl before you walk every time. Some niggas don't know what crawling is, because whoever was teaching them how to progress in life taught them, hey, you would do better progressing if you're on your own 2 feet, 10 toes down. Okay, learn. We're going to keep on practicing, remediate, so you can learn how to walk. And when you learn how to walk, you're going to learn how to motherfucking run. But on social media, these niggas selectively choose to be on their knees. That's why the goddamn knee pads are at an all-time high price point at Lowe's and Home Depot. Because these dudes busy up here sucking off Jerron Ennis, and when they real goddamn EJ fans. And the reason why they have all this built up energy, you just take this for example. Imagine being in the bunker. Imagine being in the bunker since July 30th, 2023. Imagine being in a hot, sweaty, funky, musty bunker because you want to separate yourself from society because you was talking all that shit for years and your fighter did not win. And then you got to get online and listen to a nigga like me remind you, of how you was talking all that bullshit. Now these Spence rejects, they sitting up here mad once again because I'm reminding them, no, you wasn't a Boots fan two fights ago. You wasn't a Boots fan one fight ago. You wasn't a Boots fan. Stop it. You know, hey, look, you know what they got mad at, y'all? Check this out. I said, Boots just lied and said we sent him 2 million. Oh, he missed. No, shouty. I don't want to hear that shit because when y'all niggas are shitting on the A, y'all niggas are saying what's on your mind all the time. So no, he didn't misspoke. He was absolutely for real. Nigga lied. Just like Eddie did. Nigga lied. The nigga lied, period. He said he sent 2 million, he didn't. Why are we talking about money anyway? Why are we talking about money if y'all say Boots is just gonna have an easy go, nigga? Why y'all mad? Hey, look, boxing talk on this bitch never gets old. It never gets old when you're talking about a situation that pretty much link themselves up together always. And that is the Crawford Spence. And now we have finally, since the Flint worked and we was able to start a fire, now the closer and closer it get, people are trying their best to shit on a fight that's very competitive. It's very competitive fight. But they want to shit on one fighter like they did Bud. They mentioned Gilsoff and not Norman. So Ennis really ain't trying to unify. If y'all busy focused on Gilsoff, y'all ain't trying to unify, nigga. Stop capping. And then y'all want to shit on somebody going overseas. When has that been a problem? Were y'all shitting on Spence when he went in Kell Brook's backyard? Were you shitting on Crawford? Yeah, you was when he went over Ricky Burns' backyard, nigga. Huh? Y'all busy saying, oh, why he fought on a female undercard? See? Y'all being narcissistic. Y'all being misogynistic. All that icky. Oh, no, I'm just saying he fought on a female. But, so you trying to say Michaela Mayer? They haven't been champions in their career? You trying to tell me that you want to shit on females boxing and then the person who should be in the line of fire with that precipitation, just like a hailstorm, should be the undercard? So you're saying this is a male dominant sport and the female boxers don't mean shit. I get it. Because you niggas acting like female. You ain't trying to face your motherfucking fears, nigga. Y'all just sitting up here wanting to cry. I should have known a nigga on the panel with all females would bitch out sooner or later, nigga. If I'm talking boxing, it ain't no way in hell you can call me soft just because I'm talking boxing. If you talking about me once you done kicked me off the panel, bitch ass nigga, that means you was soft to begin with and you had that shit in your heart. You had that shit in your heart. A nigga up there going at it with 4 of y'all niggas talking about boxing and you get all butt hurt and shit and start crying and talking about, nigga, I've been listening to you talk. Nigga, you said you was stepping away. This nigga say he's stepping away from the panel. He gonna leave it to the remaining people, all females on there. Okay. I hope it don't turn into a domestic issue. I'm still talking boxing, yo. This nigga come back and get mad because I'm talking some extreme facts. And like I always say, man, when people try to run down the motherfucking stroll of shit that is right, I'm the type of nigga that'll be like, if you say something right, I'll be like, okay, I agree. Okay, that's a good point. But that shit just gets swept on the rug by a hating ass nigga. You get a hating ass nigga, he's pretty much everything you say is garbled, man. That shit is just garbled. They don't want to give you no love, man. You ain't asking them for love, but if you present the respect and the love, and you're basically having some decorum, and you're attempting to be demure, and that's not enough, Now they want you to goddamn bow down and shit. They want you to grab some of them 2 for $6 specials. Them knee pads. Put them knee pads on right there because your head on the ground ain't enough. We want you to goddamn be on your knees and walk around in a circle 360 degrees. And we want you to do it in rotation 28 times. That's in reflection of Errol Spence and how many wins he got. He would have had 29 if Crawford wouldn't have goddamn beat him. But we're going to do it 28 times. Because he's 28-1. And it's because you Crawford fans. I can always tell when a nigga that don't know me hate the shit out of me for shit he done heard me say on my panel. I do not take that same shit, bro. Like, I don't have that same mentality. I go on somebody else's panel that I heard them talk some bullshit, and I can know they lean one way heavy. But getting mad at somebody's father talking shit like you never heard it before, and you that fucking mad is goddamn petty, yo. You notice they ain't talking about Crawford and Canelo no more, huh? Look, why y'all ain't criticizing Canelo for fighting Skull? How much money Skull getting? How much money Skull getting? Real talk. You notice they're not talking about that no more. They talking about senior talking shit. Like this nigga don't have. They talking about this nigga's on the interview with KQKC. Shout out to KQKC, right? And he kept on going to his phone. Nigga got a whole business that he runs and a towing. I know it for a fact. He actually done fixed one of my vehicles before. He actually done told one of my shits too. Hating ass black ass niggas up here. He ain't got that many phone calls. Hating ass niggas, boy. I swear to God, we full-time membership. I know he don't have that many phone calls. He keep going to his phone. If a nigga is running business and his son is a goddamn champion, and people talking about him like this, they must be winning. They must be doing some shit right, yo. But just to say the nigga was faking, getting phone, I don't give a fuck if he was faking or not. All I know is he does run another business outside of boxing. See, when you got hating ass niggas that look the same shade of skin we do, them cats don't want to say that. Not the entire time I brought that shit up on the panel. The time I told them that I was from the A and I covered several of his fights, they want to know how many. What does it fucking matter if they're regional cards? He just picked up the belt. So if a nigga just pick up the belt and you saw him on TV fighting with that championship belt, what does it matter how many fights I covered? I said I knew him before the fame. I covered him before the fame. Regional cards. If we look on any fighter's resume, they fought on regional cards. They just didn't come out the block like Jahai and fight prime time. The LeBron James of boxing, they just didn't pop out. Ta-da! It's me, 17. I'm in this motherfucker. Talking to the cameras. Not everybody can do that shit. But in this particular scenario, we got to listen to some audio. And appreciate everyone that has pulled up. But man, it's some soft ass, gooey, mushy, baby shit soft. I'm talking about koala bear shit soft. If you're going to kick me off your panel over a motherfucking Norman Jr. and Ennis fight, when they specifically said, Eddie Hearns, they're looking for Gilsoft. Not Norman. When Boots opened his mouth, he said he's not that good, for real. He's not that good. So you go from Stantionis, who won the 50, Norman Jr. ain't a 50, Barrios ain't a 50, and y'all up here talking about he should be on the pound for pound in the blue corner. Hailing out of Philadelphia. Come on, bro. We doing this shit. We just sitting up here injecting helium so a motherfucking elevate a different height in his career off false advertisement. just 2 fights ago, they were saying, no, man, I ain't convinced. I'm listening. I'm lurking. I'm going around here doing round robin, listening to these motherfuckers. That's why, look, you think the reason why I only do one live a day is because I be on this motherfucker listening. I be paying attention. I just be listening. And I can guarantee you, it's a lot of these cats that's crashing out over Ennis that wasn't fucking with him a fight ago. They wasn't fucking with him, bro. But you sitting up here kicking me off the motherfucking panel. How dare you? How dare you get mad like that? Let's go to KQKC Boxing Channel. And once again, I want to see what all the hype is about. I haven't looked at this interview yet. We're about to check out some audio, y'all. And once again, shout out to KQKC, man. I want to see what all the hype is about. Because obviously, the Normans have been making their press tour around and around and around. They are making their press tour. Why are people upset if he's not on your panel? All you got to do is hit him up. Right? Let me see. I just don't see. Let me see. Where is it? I want to see what all the griping's about. You know what I'm saying? I want to see. Let me see what this says. Come on now. This must have just happened recently because they was extremely angry. This had to happen recently, yo. That motherfucker was hype. I said, that goddamn Scotty. I thought you had already been certified. You couldn't get kicked off a panel, man. You was in the good graces of these niggas. Nope. Not so fast there, Jack. Let me see. I'm trying to find out where he had this damn interview at, man. Let me go to this right here. Hold up for a second. Let me see what all the hype is about. Let me see. Oh, what all the hype is about. I want to see how many times Senior tried to answer a phone call while he was on the interview that pissed them off. I bet these motherfuckers turned off their camera and threw their phone up against the wall. I hate these Normans. God damn, dude. Let me see, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Let me go through the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right quick. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone that's on the chat. Swat Jones in the building. What's good? You was up there cooking, man. Hey, man, I was trying to be respectful, dog. I was up there. I came bearing gifts. Within those gifts were respect, dog. I respected the old boy, but goddamn, he just couldn't handle the pressure. And I don't feel I was really putting on that much pressure, dog. I was behind enemy lines. It's okay. It feels good. But I kept telling them, Swah, didn't I say, hey, man, I'm not over here to make enemies. Didn't I say that? I'm not over here because I know how people can get when I really start to talk. It's just something about when I start to talk and respond to niggas, they say, stop cutting me off, man. But they can cut you off every single time, bro. On the Browning deck. What's good, Mike? What's good? It's no secret the Spencerholics adopted boots after they witnessed Crawford wipe the floor with this guy. Yeah, for sure. Hey, man. You know, I don't even look. The crazy part about it, the nigga was talking so crazy about me. I don't feel no type of way about the nigga because I don't know him. I don't know any of the other people that was on this panel, but the nigga was talking mad crazy when he kicked me off. Like, dude, you don't even know me like that. But you made it personal, talking that personal shit. You're not making me feel no type of way, man. Just because I'm giving you a little bit of airplay on here, It's just pretty much to highlight your stupidity. You know what I'm saying? How can you be so fragile minded in a community where we talk boxing all the time? And also, we're talking about names that we know out here in this boxing world. Y'all niggas constantly shit on fighters that you don't know. And then the fighters that you want to be close to, you want to act like you've been supporting them ever since they wrapped their hands for the first time. That's not the case. What's good, Bram? What's good with it? 2 years, July 29th. Yes, sir. Yeah, playback gang. You know, playback gang. 2 years, July 29th. That's what they mad about. When a nigga like me bring that shit up and they know I'm a Crawford fan, they just get personal. And I gave them fair preamble, bro. Yeah, I'm not trying to cause no enemy. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Ain't nobody, man. No, man. We're black people talking boxing, but yet the temperament is crazy, disrespectful. Just like you owe niggas money. Andrew on deck. What's good with it, Andrew? What's good, man? Christopher in the building. What's good with it, Chris? How you feeling, bro? Salute W says this remind me the Boots and Norman thing, the carbon boot situation. Spence and Crawford not even close. Boots talking about how Norman's weak, so fight him. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, he ain't that good for real, for real. Okay, if somebody says a person is not that good, why we keep on talking about the money? And when we talk about money, why we act like negotiation is just a word that's only suitable for other fighters other than the one that you're discrediting right now? Everybody else can negotiate, man. Canelo, man, come on, man. Canelo should get that. Look what he's done. Canelo should get that. You know he should get it. All the other fighters out, man, you know they should get that. And then the unfavorable fight. No, he shouldn't get that. Man, you know how many times I heard them say that Crawford should get what Spence give him? Do you know how many times that I heard he should just take what Spence give him? But guess what? Spence had to take what Crawford was giving him on July 29th. And he got paid for giving it to him. And the fact that he gave it to him, the way he gave it to him, in the manner for which he did, is why they sour. So they struck out big time with that shit. And a nigga like me come around, yeah, I'm like a Jehovah's Witness. My knock just a little bit louder. Hey, do you remember July 29th? Hey, it's time to rededicate your life to boxing. I'm here. I just want you to read this scripture. Let's turn to the book of July. Yeah, chapter 29, please. If you read with me, on that there night, the T-Mobile massacre took place. Do you remember? Let me repeat myself. On that night, the 29th, the T-Mobile massacre took place. Do you remember? I mean, they hate that shit. They hate it. They're trying to act like a fighter is unqualified to step in there with another fighter who's just now making a name for himself. Both fighters are at the perfect point in their career, to the point where, okay, one fighter want to make it all about money. That's one thing we know for sure, that we've been down this road before. And if you're sitting up here telling these fight fans that you want to be undisputed, why make it about money? Why did you kiss Stantionis? Why did you goddamn make sure you laid that shit, that lip gloss on nice and thick and take less money, like the fight fans supposed to be praising you for that shit? Well, I took less money to fight Stantionis just to show I wanted to fight. Take less money to fight Norman then, nigga. What the fuck? You sound like this Jim Crow laws or something. Hey, I'm telling you. Stantionis came over here. I took less money. Stantionis is used to getting his way. The nigga took step aside money. He's used to getting his way. He was up there playing around in the sandbox. Oh, you going to pay me to step aside? Cool. I'll go on vacation. Go ahead. Now he's at a point. Oh, He gonna take less money, give it to me. Cool. I'll fight him in his backyard. Cool. Atlantic, Boardwalk. Yeah. Cool. So all of a sudden, something that Boots is used to, giving up money to fight Karen in a rematch, giving up money to fight Stanthionis. But when it comes to the Southern champion, all of a sudden, we're gonna take more money. All of a sudden, people want to talk about 1.7. Wasn't that the same shit they was doing with those other guys who fought at 147? Man, we tired of this shit. They was up here like they was motherfucking qualified CFOs in this bitch. Wasn't they, y'all? They was up here saying, hey, man, Crawford don't deserve it. Spence did all the heavy lifting. I hate bringing up all these cliche, remediated toilet paper terms, but you got to remind them, y'all. You have to remind their ass. You have to, bro. You have to. You have to remind them. Shout out to Blue Hustle in the building. What they do, Blue? You have to remind them. And you know the good thing about reminding them in a manner for which you know they're already frustrated and they're really trying to help people forget why they got upset. It's pretty much, hold on for a second, y'all. My bad. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. What I was trying to find out is the interview that had everybody feathers ruffled for some apparent reason, which caused me to be insulted. No, my feelings wasn't hurt, but it just took me back to when I was actually out here in these streets of YouTube. It did. And that people still have disdain for whatever it is, but I'm trying to look for that video. I'm going to find that video one way or the other because I need to know what is the griping all about. What set it off? All I heard was that nigga up there on the phone like he got shit going on, like he don't have that, man. He know he got damn broke his shit, man. He ain't got shit. I'm just trying to see. They insinuated that shit though. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I'm gonna find that motherfucker. Just give me a minute. Let me see. No, that's 3 weeks ago. Dang. Maybe I shouldn't pull this shit up. Let's see. She got chasing everybody in call for some months. Hey, if y'all know what video I'm talking about, those of you that might have been over there that had these people up in arms, can you drop the link in my chat? I would appreciate it because I'm trying to find out what started the Corona 21 virus out of Georgia. That's all. I want to know what caused the inflammation. With a man looking on his phone doing an interview and to be considered to be faking it. Instead of, I want to know what he actually said, because they making their rounds, goddammit. They on everybody's shit. I'm trying to see if it's something else that was said. I'm trying to be nosy, nigga. That's what I'm trying to do. Eddie tried to drag Boots back in. No, that's not it. No, maybe this is it. Hold up. This might be it right here. Hold it. This might be it. Hold up. This might be it, man. Because I need to know. If not, I'm going to move on to where I was initially. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh, this is it. I found it. In my southern voice, I finds it. I should have did. I finds it. I feel good. So I finds it. Okay, let me share this right quick. And let's look. Once again, this is KQKC Boxing Network, his audio from having Brian Norman Sr. on. Okay. All right. So once again, hopefully KQKC don't report my shit. You know what I'm saying? I got to put this disclaimer up here. This is KQKC Boxing Network. This has nothing to do with his interview per se on how he conducted it, but the channel that I was just banished from, they felt some type of way about Brian Norman Sr. being on there talking up and talking his shit for his son, which a lot of fathers that's in the does. Okay? Let's get down to it. Down to this right here. Hey, and please don't be dropping KQKC the link talking about, man, he's using your content, report his ass, KQ, report his ass, KQ. Yo, KQ, WCS using your shit, reported.
Man, in Houston, he ain't. Yeah, you sick in Du Bois. Yeah. All right. We got Brian Norman Sr. popped in.
So this is
all right. Here we go. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Bob? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. All right. You sound like you were just chilling, huh? Oh, you froze up. Froze up on me already. You must got a phone call. Yeah, yeah, he probably got. We was talking, and some people, and I say the same thing. I think that Barrios and your son, they should fight first, or maybe Duran go after one of them first. What you think? What
I
would be
mean, I
what
like, I
y'all plan?
like, I like, I like the Barrios fight, but due to the situation, we kind of wanted that fight immediately. But from a
Uh-huh.
business standpoint, if I take out personal feelings outside of it, Barrios make the most sense. But Barrios kind of hard to get to. But outside of anything personal, Barrios make the most sense. Now,
Oh, you do? Okay.
What was that? Wait, hold up now, because they saying what they saying, right? He said we want Jerron Ennis now. NOW. He said now. Now means right here, right now. No other alternatives or options now. I don't think that was mentioned. I didn't hear that mentioned over there. They said they want him, but after the post-fight press conference of Stantionis, I didn't hear Team Ennis saying that they wanted Norman Jr. now. They just said, hey, he wasn't that good.
yeah,
Okay, you want him as soon as possible. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay, yeah, because they're saying right now that his weight is kind of it's hard for him to cut weight now.
He said we got to stop doing that. He said in all interviews, he said in everything, he said y'all crazy. He said the people on IG, YouTube crazy. He said he don't have no problem cutting weight. He said he was on weight Tuesday. I think Tuesday was like what 4 or 5 days before the fight. So I mean, he said himself he don't have any problem making 147. And I mean, my son will walk around 10 pounds over the 147 limit, and he don't touch the weight a Tuesday before a Saturday fight. He don't touch the weight till the morning of the Saturday fight, and that's it. We ain't touching weight before then.
So it ain't a lot of touching going on when it comes to knocking those pounds clean the fuck off. I know we ain't getting no excuses because I did hear them say, I don't know, and I was on weight Tuesday. I don't know what the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's people out here. 1 minute they talking about he big, but you know what they don't want to call him though? They don't want to call him a weight bully because then it's gonna be something else said about another dude that's attempting to be a weight bully off what we seen and witnessed last the July 29th, 2023. That ill-fated day. That dude was considered to be a weight bully for quite some time until Crawford just shoulder bumped his ass like he was a pillow. Get off me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But then people picking and choosing on what they want to say with Jerron having problems making weight. This is what WCS has mentioned. I've said if he's going to fight another opponent in between, because somehow, some way, when we look at the scheme of things, they've already taken less money for Stantionis, right? So why can't the sacrifices be made to step in the ring with Norman Jr.? Why? Because I don't know, man. I look at his resume. He don't have that many black fighters on there. I don't know, man. It may be. I don't know, man. I gotta really do the DNA test, man. I don't know. It may be some deception going on. I gotta see if this shit real every now and then. AI is a thing right now. I may be looking at another nigga. He might be a white dude. I don't know who he is. I just know he only got one. DEI's out the window, so it's gonna be tough for another brother like Norman to get a fight with Boots Ennis, being he only had one brother. Trump is trying to do away with affirmative action. Period. I'm just saying. Norman Sr. said, he highlighted that Boots said he was on weight Tuesday. But I can see, just like KQ said, if you take too long and you're going to be 28 this year, then people are going to try to use the same shit they used with Spence. He's been in the division too long and he was weight drained. Moving on.
Okay.
So if he could walk around at 146 and get 146 on a Tuesday, go back and eat or whatever else, I mean, he obviously doing it fine. There's no problem.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you this, Brian. your son, he didn't come up through the rankings like with a big backing, like the the Olympics and like that. Y'all came up through the mud, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And
The mud would be a somewhat of a mass or a, depending on where you at. Not every mud content is thicker in different regions, but coming up in the mud, say yes, you got it from the ground up, the floor, and you made something of it. You know what I'm saying? You got it out the mud, so to speak. It wasn't easy. Okay, just for translation purposes, and hopefully I'm not being cussed out on other panels just because I'm doing a live stream and I'm having the freedom of speech. Oh, hold up, somebody called me. I'm just playing. Hopefully, that didn't piss nobody off.
Came to be where you at today.
Yes, sir.
Right. And I think that's the better way to me. I think you more hungrier that way than things getting handed to you. Okay. He popped off again. Okay. All right. I didn't get a chance to get to the nitty gritty yet.
Oh, this what they might be mad at. Phone connections. It happens, right? Do we have control of airspace? Do we have control over the ping, the packet internet groping, the signal that is sent up to the sat on down to the distant end and back to the sender? Is that what he was being ridiculed and criticized for because he keeps dropping out? I get it. Down here in Georgia, Governor Kemp did not authorize a black man to be talking on the phone at around 1800. 1800 is the cutoff. All black males in boxing, if you got a son, is not allowed by law down south to be on the phone, especially doing an interview with KQKC, goddammit. Whatever these goddamn phone companies are doing, shame on you for not being able to keep a motherfucking connection solid.
Man, damn it. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. All right.
Hey, I apologize. That was all on me. I'm so sorry, man. Go ahead.
It's cool.
He apologized? And that wasn't enough? Did this man...
Oh, man, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
God,
it's all right. I ain't gonna hold you long, everything, but but now we know that you all trying to negotiate a fight once before. Okay, that kind of fell through. Now I don't know what happened, which way what, but the fight didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you're gonna run into that blockage again if y'all trying to make that fight happen?
I don't see why we would, no.
Okay, great. Because I hear people saying this and that. Now let me ask you this, Brian. I got to ask you this. Was that you last night on Knockout Box 86 TV?
I can't stand that punk ass motherfucker.
No.
If I see him in person, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Wow.
Ooh, somebody's pissed this man off, and I know who he is. Somebody done pissed him off, and I know who he is. I've heard him once, I heard him twice. Somebody's pissed this man off. I know that guy. I heard that name before, but it ain't about me. Let me keep it moving. Somebody.
If I see him in person, I'm gonna fuck him up. That's just how much I don't like him. He's one of the ones that run his mouth, don't know what the fuck he talking about. Like he's a complete idiot. You understand? This started with even when it came to promote. He don't even know how promoting the fight works. He's a complete idiot. You understand what I'm saying? And what makes it so bad is he'll be wrong as fuck and then go back and tell his ignorant fans that he cooked this and he cooked that and how he shit.
Brian, hey, singing. Did you say ignorant? Now that's probably why they got them feeling some type of way, because you from the South and you talking ignorant. How dare you talk that ignorant talking? You from the South. Son, don't you know you can't walk around here talking that ignorant talk? Do better for yourself when you're talking about a light-skinned guy like Knockout. Come on, don't be ignorant. Don't meet ignorance with ignorance. Come on, man, be better.
Shed some, bitch, you ain't shedding nothing there because you still wrong as hell. You just got a bunch of idiot followers that listen to what you say. An idiot. If I see him in real life, I'm gonna fuck him up in real life. He a little bit too much. I'm gonna fuck him up in real life. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, he's a young man, and
I don't give a fuck what he is. I'm gonna fuck him up in real life. That young man gonna learn he need to shut the fuck talking to elders then, because I'm gonna fuck him up in real life.
Now, what do we have here? Oh, this is the type of comedy that I need. When the volcano is spitting out lava balls. Lava balls is burning the area down. When somebody said they're gonna fuck you up in real life, and you have familiarization with this person, god damn, what did you do to piss this man off? He doesn't seem like he has a fight in his life. He doesn't seem like that guy. What did Knockout do? What did he do this time? Huh? What did you do to say that this man is saying he's gonna fuck you up in real life? That's why you was on the panel over there. That's why they was feeling the temperature. They was agitated because they wanted to come to the aid of not just Jerron Ennis, but they wanted to come to the aid of this content creator. I get it. That together fueled the evisceration. I'm not the evisceration. I'll take that back. I recant. The vilification. That's why they was so full of vitriol. You know what I'm saying? They was denigrating this man. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. But Brian, he's looking strong. He's looking good, and I think that'd be a great fight.
Hey, shout out to Swat Jones for the $10 in the Cash App. Much appreciated, my brother. As always, salute to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. You know what it is.
Knockout. He live. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You ever want to
I
go
don't give a fuck when I don't give a fuck when he live. I just happen to see it, and I know he be on there talking a bunch of. I mean, bro, it's idiotic. The stuff that he be talking about is literally idiotic. But if you're a person that's talking and people trust your word or whatever else, and they used to hearing you talk, and you got a YouTube channel, they don't even understand. Like anybody can make a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I got over 30 plus years in boxing. I got over 30 plus years of experience of doing this shit. I literally raised a fucking world champion. I raised, trained, bred a world champion. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, who the fuck is Knockout Boxing? I don't give a fuck what he say. Who did he train? What did he do? You know what I mean? Shit is crazy.
Yeah. And we gotta
see. This is, when the super chats are read, good support for KQKC to have the senior on this panel so that we can hear why there's so much friction going on, man. The man say he gonna fuck him up in real life. Now I must put both of my hands in the air, and I am not being an enabler, but I have heard that name before, and that name has been spoken with the same type of disdain and dislike before. The animosity is real when this person continues to piss people off talking that nonsense. And I concur with Senior. The dude say some crazy shit. But this is not about me. It's not about me. But let's hear this super chat.
Super chat here from A. Salson. He said the Normans and the Haneys should link up and go on a Deception World Tour since they share the same delusional and lying ass fan base.
The crazy thing about the lying ass fan base is I've never stated any fact that could even be proven a lie. I mean, when a lie can be proven a lie, right?
Okay.
So
okay. Right.
Only thing I do that they don't like is they don't like my beliefs and my opinions.
Okay.
There's nothing being stated that's a lie. It's like I went to such and such and I sparred. Oh, he capping. That's really how they take it. That's really how they perceive it.
True.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is a lie? A lie is a lie. An opinion is an opinion. So just because you don't agree with somebody's opinion don't mean it's a lie. That's their opinion.
Just because you don't agree with somebody's opinion doesn't mean it's a lie. It's facts. It doesn't mean it's a lie. That's facts.
But again, I mean, that's these ignorant fans. I'm not worried about it. I live great every day. My son lives great every day. We prospering.
Excuse me, sir. What do you mean by prospering? Because from what I hear, like, I mean, when you hear the crackling and the separation in the tone of voice, I hear a little bit of falsetto in there. Singing. I mean, what do you mean by prospering? Do you mean that you have something else going on outside of boxing, or you're hoping and betting everything on the house that you get this big fight with Ennis and to change your lives? I mean, people are mad at you for losing connection in airspace, so therefore they already done knock you down a notch, and then they really up here trying to insinuate that you was faking, that you a broke ass nigga, you ain't doing shit. And you driving around in a vehicle, around Atlanta just for the scenery. You just goddamn driving up to Roscoe Chicken and Waffles and getting something to snack on and going back to the crib. That's it. You don't have no other source or no other means of income, nothing. You faking people calling you. I literally heard them say you was faking that shit. Ain't nobody calling you that. Ain't nobody trying to get in contact with this black ass nigga today. Ain't nobody talking to you. You want to get a paycheck with Ennis. They mad for all the wrong reasons. Just because you don't agree with a personal opinion don't mean it's a lie. That's a fact.
My son is 27-0, 21 knockouts. He's the youngest world champion in boxing. You gotta give me 2 seconds, boss. I'm sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh. Uh-oh. Are they still live over there? I'm playing this, of course. I'm playing this after the fact. But if you're still live, he just got a phone call. I don't know how you gonna feel about that shit. He just got another fucking phone call. Now, my biggest question is his name on the phone bill? Because if Junior's name, if he the one that's boxing, he has to be the primary source of income. So therefore, Senior's phone line should be on Junior's motherfucking account. I'm just trying to see if he went over his minutes yet, dog. I wonder if they got a set minutes, man, because he might have went over his minutes. That's why they was upset, because therefore that's extra money that's coming out of Junior's bank account, because he's the only breadwinner down here in the South. Because in the South, man, we some broke ass niggas for real. That's why we be at these exits selling water. Them water boys ain't the only water boys. Hey, water boys don't have no age limit. Even at my age, I go out there and sell some water. My back be killing me, man. I be hurting like a motherfucker. But I still be selling that water, though. I get that slow melting ice. For real. So when they get that shit ice cold, yo. See, this is real life, man. He's faking like he's talking to somebody.
That's I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I wonder what's that AI though? Do y'all think it's possibly AI? I didn't see nobody he was talking to. Was he talking to somebody? This is weird. That's why they was pissed off. That's why. Damn, this could be AI. This could be a break in the case. It might be Ghost in Atlanta. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see nobody.
Sometimes, Brian, man, you just gotta know a lot of these fans, man, and and because you know the truth yourself,
Yeah, absolutely. It's the craziest thing is I be trying to. Only thing I try to do is I try to shed light on certain situations, just like I did in the beginning, because I know you're an older fella or whatever else. I came from, I'm 30, I'm 45, but I ain't that old. But I came from a time where people had a little bit more integrity. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I noticed the more the world goes on, the integrity gets lower. They start to big up mediocrity. They giving niggas second place. They giving niggas second place rewards and shit. You know what I'm saying? They commending them. I mean, okay, let's be real. It's not even being funny. It's being real. How the fuck can you have a guy that's 3 and 23 and you big him up and he's getting his head beat on and you big him up and say he's just a warrior? What? That's not good for nobody's health. That's not good for nobody. Nothing. That's not respect. That's not respectable. But then you talk trash about a man who tells you that, hey, I had something happen to me physically in boxing. I was winning. I had something happen to me physically in boxing. I was no longer winning. I took myself out of the sport at a much higher level than this person was on. It was making much more money. I took myself out of boxing. Still left a lot of money on the table. My minimums that they was even offering me was 10,000 when I left. You feel what I'm saying? That's just to come show up. But of course I already know what it is. If I'm not coming to win, I'm not coming to fight. You feel what I'm saying? And this man said on live, man, think about it. I make $800 and I fight for 20. That's $2,200. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Your training camp is not worth that. You get what I'm saying? This right here, I got to have surgery on my arm Friday. I'm still thinking now, by even what I did, I did it for myself and my own satisfaction. And that's just who I am because I'm a man of integrity. I hurt myself with this bicep muscle thing a month into that training camp. A month in, I trained a whole month. So that's 2 months of training after 14 years, and 1 month was with a fucking torn bicep.
Oh, now it's coming together. They're tying it all in with him faking phone calls, putting pause on Greg Hackett, the South being up 1-0. I get it. I get it. I get it now. Yeah. I get it, yo. I get it. Real talk, he's coming together. All the slip knots are working as one. I get it. I forgot he had a fight. I didn't forget. I'm just saying, I forgot he had a fight, been out the ring, had bicep. He got to have an operation. The good thing about this moment is that I can say, with him faking the phone calls and everything, act like he talking to somebody real life, because truth be told, I'm serious. Where the Normans stay at, I don't think it's too many people over there. Like every time I drive over there, it's like I Am Legend over that bitch. I have to pull up. I say, Fred, what you doing out here, Fred? The Normans stay over here, Fred. Why you up here posted up, Fred? I don't see nobody over that motherfucker, man. But this is the wild part about it. I think he got health care, y'all. If he's having surgery, that means he has health care. In order to have health care, I guess Junior, I don't know what happened. Because the promoter, if you get hurt in a fight, Junior just finished fighting Cuevas. His bicep was the one that's really hurting. So what they did, they got the same name. It's just a different. So what he did was goddamn put his name at the hospital and all that, so he can get his bicep operated on when it's really Junior. That's what all the gripe is about. I get it now.
And I still got through and beat the person. They was big up in that 3-3 and fucking 23, 3-24 with 0 knockouts, and said he was gonna knock me out. So what I'm making that point about that situation to say this is what the fans believe. This is what they big up, and they big up in motherfucking mediocrity. They like fucking shit like what's that girl named Sexy Red? Bitch talking about bending over, booty hole, the ass and pink. Yeah, I'm just being real.
Hold up, wait a minute, not Sexy Red. You say they was goddamn folding up like Sexy Red when they was faking, when they say you was faking phone calls and talking to the air? They was over there acting sexy?
I'm just being a realist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard the song over there, like from that generation. I'm not from this. And I did notice that because I was curious, I was confused, and I did notice that looking at shit on Instagram, at least because you can look, they do be younger people. And I just hate that the young generation coming up is just so fucking blind. You feel what I'm saying?
Look, tell me this, y'all. If y'all having an interview on your phone, right? And those are devices that's been around for several years now, and someone call you, isn't it said that it's freezing? So why was I on a panel just several minutes earlier, and they was trying to say that who ain't calling? That's just straight up being a hating ass nigga. if someone is on their phone and it freezes up, obviously a phone call has been known to do that, and you're faking like the actual owner of the phone was faking answering phone. Ain't nobody calling him that much and all that shit. That's some hating ass shit, right? That's some butterscotch hating ass shit right there.
Right. You know, so boxing runs in your family.
Yeah, I just hate that they so blind, man. But you know, it is what it is. It's crazy.
Oh, he froze up, but it wasn't no phone call. So they just goddamn mad, period. Every time it frees up, that's what they mad about. That's some hating ass, butterscotch ass, soft ass marshmallow next to the barn fire having ass niggas, bro.
So boxing run in your family then, huh?
No.
Huh?
So, hold on, what the fuck? Keep calling me like that. I'm the original. You know what?
Oh, they mad as shit. When look, somebody's called them, and he say, "What the hell?" They mad off something he can't stop. Like we never seen this happen on the interview, man. Somebody talking on the phone. Stop your bitching, nigga. Stop your motherfucking bitching, man. You niggas know the shit happens. He wasn't talking to your ass. He was talking to KQKC, goddammit.
Let me deal with this. Hold on 1 second next time they call. But anyway, I'm the
Okay. They must have called back.
I apologize, man. My phone be going crazy.
No,
I'm the original. I'm the start of it. I raised my son. I taught him everything that I did wrong. I came up, you know, I was raising my kids while I was doing it. I was a single father, whatever, raising my kids while I was doing it. And my son took over when I left it. I didn't want him to box. He took over. He took a liking to it. He got good at it. Said, you know, for any father in any sport with his son, he would understand the excitement and the achievements along the way, and he wouldn't even be talking what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
they want me to not believe in my son. Who the fuck does that? You feel what I'm saying? The man's the youngest world. He's the youngest world champion in boxing. My son is making, you know, man, I wouldn't even dream of the money that he's making right now at 24 years old. You and me both.
Hey, some Black Warriors winning. Devin was the youngest, freaking undisputed at one point in time. Norman Jr., the youngest champion of the game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got some goddamn some blackness. You know what I'm saying? That's going on. That should be highlighted and praised, goddammit.
Think about what he doing. Think about what the joke.
But also we had a whole panel of blackness being straight up haters. Mad too. I can't say I've never seen some happy haters. I've seen some happy haters for real, because they're gloating on your goddamn downfall and your struggles. But these right here, they was unhappy. They was mully grubs for real. They did not have the melancholy enough dosage to calm their ass down. They was mad.
Jokes are what they laughing at. They laughing at, oh, you only made 100, you only made 150, you only made 300,000. While simultaneously not making nothing and asking motherfucker, can I borrow some weed or let me smoke with you?
Hey, even KQ had to laugh at that. He said, man, I hear you on that, man, for real. I know some people be begging for weed.
Wish I was saying 350,000 on my check. Man, please. It's a party. Shit.
Yeah, hey, man, but nah, it's wild, man. It's wild the way I'm thinking, man. But I do get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of it. I get invested in it. I love making simple, like when I hear some of the dumbest shit, I love making simple observations that shut it down. And I love to watch how they spin it. Like the other day, a guy was telling me, oh, you can't talk shit. That could have been y'all last night. I was like, for real, when? How that could have been us last night? Y'all turned down. I said, oh, we turned down that fight last night? Show me, do me a favor. Show me anywhere where you can find where anybody say we turned down that fight last night. Well, Next time y'all sign the contract, like, no, nigga, don't skip that. Do me a favor. Go find where we turned down that fight, where they offered us that fight that they had last night. Find that where anybody said it, whether it was Jerron, Eddie, find where anybody said we was offered that fight last night and we turned it down. Find it, but that's just how idiotic they are. They just say shit. They just do shit. Like you heard Boo saying the other night about we turn you made 100,000 and then 2 billion. What you gonna do? You gonna fight me, right? You gonna fight me, right? Well, that was absolutely true, because if they offered us 2 million, we'll be fighting, or we would have been fighting.
No. Now, senior, you called another black man a liar now. Just like they called this black man, they called me all sorts of names and ran my name through the mud today. When I brought that up, they said he misspoke. Cap, soft, fragile sticker, please. Somebody, can you give me some more fragile stickers? The shell has been cracked. They want us to be selective on who they co-sign, confirm, and who they call an absolute bum who's not qualified to be here. They want to pick and choose on who they advocate for. And that's one thing black people has been scolded for in the past. Supporting others when they're absolutely wrong. When I say others, I mean their own kind. Senior was right. Boo said 2 million. That's what they wanted. So if they would have got 2 million, wouldn't they have been fighting? No. You know what, Senior? No. You can't do that because you're the wrong skin tone now. They only take less money to the lighter skin tone. You didn't have the complexion. For the protection. You didn't have the complexion to take lower wages. They wasn't willing to make that sacrifice with you, dog. You got the wrong complexion.
But we wouldn't have been fighting because the fight could have never took place because of his IBF rules. Because there are people that had already ordered the Karen fight. People don't want to hear that. It doesn't go with what they want to believe. It don't go with what they want to believe.
Let's talk about that, because I didn't get a chance to go over that because so many people was just rawing. You know what I'm saying? Almost like two chipmunks going at each other over one peanut. Let's talk about what he just said. Shout out to Rachel Donaire. Rachel Donaire broke this shit down so eloquently. She had basically mentioned that there's a certain time frame for them to negotiate a fight. And within that window, if by chance you have a mandatory, that window, it has to be settled as to what's going to happen with this fight, and also make note on that particular mandatory taking step aside, which was Karen. They didn't meet that window. It was said and broken down by somebody who's in the game, not just hearsay, somebody who's actually in boxing, that Eddie Hearns wasn't heard of. See, I haven't even really been mentioning this shit when it comes to the Norman, because I want people to continue to talk, and then I will show up like Zorro every now and then, and I will remind people. Eddie Hearns, no one heard from him for the paperwork. There's paperwork that had to be submitted in a timely manner. They had a date, a range, a window when paperwork had to be submitted. That paperwork wasn't submitted. So when that option ran out, Boost them had to fight Karen. The option to fight Norman Jr. for a unification bout was over. Once that window expired and you haven't came with an agreement for the mandatory, then you have to face the mandatory. You're locked in with the mandatory. Point blank, period. It was over. She explained that detail for detail, but yet these human beings who want to come off being boxing savvy, they leave out intricate parts to basically prove their argument. So, to disprove their argument, because they're trying to prove that everything they're saying is correct. And like Senior said, Just because you don't agree with my opinion don't mean it's a lie. This came from Rachel Donaire. She basically put it out there that they had a certain amount of time to make the fight with Norman Jr. Eddie Hearns did not respond. He did not try to move forward with making sure that happened because Karen was the mandatory. Once that window expired, Eddie Hearns and them had to make the fight with Karen, or else he would be stripped of the IBF title. That's a fact. So through all the smoking bullshit, I'll sit up here and ad-lib and joke around, but my recall memory is active as shit. Y'all want to talk about money, and talk about how Norman Jr., bullshit as, jumped out the negotiation because the numbers wasn't right when they was actually negotiating to make the fight. But Eddie Hearns wasn't trying to negotiate the fight like that for Norman Jr. He couldn't get in contact. Nobody can get in contact with him. He didn't respond, brother. He did not respond. So when he get up here and talk about he was making 10 times, y'all big dummies should understand that Eddie wouldn't respond within the time frame, the allotted time frame, when they had a mandatory. He just let the shit slide by. It was no agreement made that basically is going to include Karen taking step inside money. None of that. So when that expired, you can no longer try to seek the fight with Norman Jr. anymore. You have to pay attention strictly to your mandatory, and then those negotiations become active. That's what they're not going to tell you. They busy up here talking about 10 times. Nigga, a lot of you all don't take the time to listen to more than one channel. You listen to the same people. And as my boy said the other day, you go to an echo chamber. You love being around people that's talking the same bullshit. It doesn't necessarily mean it's educational. It's just what you like to hear. That's all. It's tantalizing to you. Eddie Hearns meet the deadline with the negotiation process for Norman Jr. when they had a mandatory. He failed. They couldn't get in contact. He did not reply. I wanted the boots know that. So when you talk about numbers, that's a duck. That's a motherfucking duck. That's what you call a duck. People love talking about but then when they come over to the Normans, they talk about if Norman Jr. is the one who's negotiating with Eddie. And then they'll bring their dad in there and say, oh, dad talking too much. Let your son talk. He's not the manager no more. So what he doing out here freestyling and talking up for his son, why is that such a bad thing when we seen it happen all before? Eddie Hearns did not. People want to ignore what Rachel said. But if anybody can break it down, it's her. And she broke it down. Eddie did not fulfill any type of paperwork to make that fight happen and come to an agreement in the allotted time given. So once that expired, it's no more alternative or options for them to negotiate it with Norman. They have to negotiate with the mandatory. No more step aside money once that shit expired. None of that shit. Now we talking about you have to fight your mandatory. You have to sign the paperwork for your mandatory, else you're going to be stripped in this amount of time right here. That's period.
They only want to believe what they want. Only gonna listen to anything that makes what they want to believe true, and anything that sounds different from it. Oh, you delusional. That's it.
Yeah. We got another super chat here. Ty said, offers to fight boots higher than that offers to Kudos. Okay. I don't know. Offer to fight boots higher than the offer to fight Kudos.
That's just an idiot. That's all.
I just seen in the chat. The crazy part about it, like and like I said before, I don't know this nigga for real. I came on some respectful shit, but you in my chat talking about how many people tune in. One thing I try not to do is to have people come to reality and what they got going on in real life compared to what I got. What I got going on in real life is what God blessed me to have. Social media does not dictate how I wake up or go to sleep. That immature individual that's over here talking about how many people in my chat, and you're over here too, then how dumb does that make you look? You're not the smartest nigga on the block, bro. If you over here in my chat leaving a comment to the hottest chat in the game, right? When I didn't even disrespect your chat, I didn't disrespect your panel. But you're over here talking about how many people and how many subs I got. That tells me you're still a child at heart. You're still undeveloped up top because you really integrated and put your primary focus in this social media stuff. You over here got another man's video and you over here crying. You all out bawling because of the man taking phone calls and what he said in here about his son. And the video is not even anything crazy. Like, why would y'all lose your mind over him? And then you kick me off the panel, but yet you over here on my chat talking about how many people tune into my shit. You a sucker.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now we get
like I said, and like I said, at this point, it's hey, boss. At this point, it's literally an army of idiots. Hey, because watch this. Listen, watch this. Here you go right here. The fight that they're talking about, the 1 point, whatever they're talking about, my son didn't even fight at that time because he couldn't fight. So how was that fight even going to happen in the first place?
He was injured. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, from surgery and stuff like that.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. See, sometimes, people say things and they don't know exactly what's going on.
No. Ain't no sometimes in this game and in this situation. And the craziest part, I didn't start saying nothing different after this fight. They just got rejuvenated and had an orgasm after he did whatever it was he did that they got so impressed with. And that's when they went crazy again. That's literally the definition of man fannery. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's common. Men in sports, and they get invested in their team, they guys who they want to win, what they want to win. So it's understandable.
Hey, that's the perfect example right here. This is a perfect example. Discrediting another black fighter and boost up a non-black fighter. I fuck with Bam, but the fact that a person that consider himself to be a black man in society, right? He want to go over here and shit on another black father and his son, and kicking another black man off the panel and talking about a soft ass nigga over here rolling around in the chat, still blowing snot bubbles because he kicked me off his panel, and he want to talk about somebody else and how they raising their son, but yet you boosting up a Mexican fighter. That tells me everything I need to know.
It's understandable.
Yeah, because we got my man Upper Antelope Sports Bar here. He said, if you believe in your son, then you will fight Boots, and Bam was youngest champion. Bam was the youngest champion.
Oh, he not. Look at Bam age, Johnny. I told you they don't know what they're talking about. Look at Bam age. Bam was 24 years old when my son was champion. My son was 23 years old. Look at it, asshole. Now what? Hey, now look, he can't even admit my son the world champion. He can't even admit he's the youngest. And when either he won't look it up, or he just gonna sit there and feel stupid and just go away with it. That's all. My son is the world. He's the youngest world champion. Look at Bam age.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, how long your son you think he's gonna make 147?
He ain't gonna. Like I say, he walk around 10 pounds. He walk around 10 pounds, 13, 14 pounds over the limit all the time. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay, he good then. Okay.
And he's 24 years old. I mean, he does this every day. This is what he do. He makes sure one of his biggest things, he makes sure that nobody outworks him. Nobody does more than him. Because he does it every single day, damn near. Okay. We have to make him take breaks sometime. And that's what he learned the last time was, there is a such thing as too much. And we had to make him take breaks, and we made him take breaks, whatever. He took a week or so off, he came back, even better. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Like I said, he on the right track. He doing what he need to do. The youngest world champion in boxing, damn sure ain't no 24-year-old people with no 27 and 21 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knocking down shit like he knocking down. We looking to continue to make the great performances, and they going to speak for itself. So we're not really worried about and the YouTubers and the Instagrammers and all of these people that ain't got nothing else to do with their life but be on Instagram and troll and scroll all day. You know what I'm saying? We got bigger fish to fry. You feel me?
Right.
The American fan base, especially the Black American fan base and male American fan, they so fucking finicky. We watched them. Like I said, they wasn't saying this about him before the fight. They didn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They weren't saying shit about it. So that love is fake. They just want to go over here and make their presence known. Not everybody should be granted access to a mic. But since you do have access to a mic, if you're telling somebody else to watch the words they say about their own family members, then how long have you been around? What you been doing? How old are you? What have you learned while you've been that age? You ain't learned shit. If you're trying to dictate another grown man on what he should say about his kid, which happened to be a professional boxing world champion in the sport, and you over here without a son in the sport, without a daughter in the sport, you just got a fucking channel, just like many, and you have access to the mic. And you think crying like a bitch, that's gonna prove your point anymore just because you up here with opinions? All of us got opinions, but I guess your opinions mean the most, right? I guess it holds more praise and value. That just goes to show you these herds all alike. I remember when Knockout came over here in my chat, never disrespected his chat. He's talking about money. I make more money than all y'all. If you over his chat, unsubscribe. And look at the other sheep that's been rolling around. Same thing. Going over here in the chat talking about subs and freaking viewers. Not even understanding what people got going on in real life. That just goes to show you these are the type of niggas that's in a place where it's a single light bulb in their living area. For real. They're in a duplex with 7 other niggas with a mattress on the floor. Talking about this my area. This is my area right here. I'm tired of y'all walking around in my area. These motherfuckers paying $50 a month for rent just so they can have a cubicle space in the living room with 7 other niggas. They got their perimeter aligned with their shoes. They probably got like 12 pairs of Jordans up in there. Hey, this is my shoe box right here. This is my perimeter. I don't want nobody over here. Dorito crumbs everywhere. And they want to talk about subs. They want to talk about subs, y'all. Not boxing. But they want to talk about how a motherfucker living. That's what I heard over there. They just pretty much saying, ain't nobody calling him that much. That's hating ass niggas right there. Remember that. That's hating ass niggas. That's what they do. That's what they do. They don't know how Boots living. But they all of a sudden want to jump on the wagon and say, it's always like that. Two black fighters. How can I shit on one black fighter? Oh, let me bring up a non-black fighter to disprove his point. You got some confused black people out here in this world. Real talk. They very confused. And they just go out here and continue to be clowns every time they open their fucking mouth. Shout out to the microphones, because a lot of you niggas don't need to be heard. But thank God having a microphone doesn't mean you're doing something illegal until you open your fucking mouth.
Start until, like, I didn't say nothing different. So why all of a sudden did everybody come alive? Right. That's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened with Tank and Roach. When Tank got to draw with Roach, you got half of them jumped off the ship and all kind of other shit. I mean, that's man fantasy at his best, man. They weren't raised right. They was raised by women. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Talk that shit, man. That's what it is saying. When you have bitches all on your panel, that shit rub off on the nigga that's claiming to be the only motherfucker on there that said, yeah, my birth certificate says I'm a male, but I'm over here in WCS chat. I'm talking up for all the bitches. I'm going on a minstrel tour, y'all. That's what that bitch ass, hoe ass nigga said. I want to come in the chat and talk about subs and views. Come on, nigga. Is that what we doing in 2025? Real estate that you don't own or have no stock in, but yet you're going in here promoting that the status quo moving by how many people tune in and hear your bitch ass whining. Nigga, I gave you the respect. You pay me my motherfucking check. Drop that Cash App in there. Put a super chat up in there, nigga. Because, hey, if you over here in my chat, that means me and you have the same mic, the same platform. And I heard what you said, and you heard what I said. Now take your bitch ass back over there with them hoes you was with.
That's what I said the other day. I said I never seen so many men like women, and you know.
How the fuck do you? Hey, but again, that's why I said we came from a different era. Y'all know you're a little older than me, so yours is tougher than mine. But yeah, you know, you 70s, 80s, what that was even in boxing, much tougher set of people, much tougher set of, you know, everything. My dad, like, you know, the generation before me, and I envy that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is. I don't know if it's the fucking food. I don't know if it's just the evolution of the world. I don't know if it's just femininity being pressed into this motherfucker. I don't know. But men are definitely getting softer over time. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Men are just getting softer. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God I was able to be the last of my generation, and I did my best to make my son as hard and as tough as I can make him due to the situations he got going on. Like, you look at these little boys, they literally growing titties.
Now, Upper Echelon, he back in
Look at bottom bitch. Bottom bitch sport bar. This nigga is trying heavy to advocate for a fighter that's non-black, y'all. Just to try to disprove that Norman Jr., who did nothing to this man, he's up there constantly feeding negativity to a black father and his fighter that's a world champion. But what has he done that for? What black fighter have you seen this cat give glory? What black fighter have you seen him exalt? Give them they love. Give them they flowers. We got a lot of motherfuckers that's fake around here. They may sound like they black, but man, you look at this motherfucker in real life. If you knocked on his door right now, he probably come to that motherfucker with flour all on his face. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, my name is Bottom Bitch. Yeah, I was the one in there screaming and yelling like a bitch on the panel with bitches. So I felt that I'm in the presence of them. I might as well show them I can be one of them.
The chat, and he said, KQ, tell him, look up Bam, got the belt in 2022. He born in 2000. That's 22
this
years.
This nigga going all through the years and shit.
Okay, I guess you don't understand what that means. I didn't say my son was the youngest champion to ever win boxing. I said my son is the youngest world champion in boxing today.
That's a fact, dumbass nigga. He said his son is the youngest champion in boxing today. You an illiterate nigga, homeschool ass. You went to alternative school. They put you in the trailer with no AC. It's showing, nigga. Your textbooks was missing pages for a reason. They never wanted you to learn. They felt it was too much for them to put that effort into you. Nigga, you still can't read and you definitely can't listen.
Is that clear enough for you, whoever the fuck your name is?
Is that clear though, dumbass nigga? The one that's over here talking about views and subs, nigga. Hey, you can tell a weak ass nigga to come in your chat because he want other external entities to validate who he is or who he ain't in life. I would say who he ain't in life. He ain't a lot of things in life. So when they come on here and they raise their voice and they got all this damn power on their goddamn channel, it's not enough. It's not enough. I always say that. It's not enough because them niggas are still mad at the wrong thing. Nigga, if you really doing you and you happy with what your success is giving you on this motherfucker, you wouldn't be over here with a parading around in motherfucking heels, hairy legs, goddamn snapping your fingers and shit. Oh, you got 17 looking in. Sounding different. Nigga, you just got school. You want to hear that shit again?
Is the champion in boxing today. I say my son was the youngest champion to ever win boxing. I said my son is the youngest world champion in boxing today. With the youngest champion to ever win boxing. I said my son is the youngest world champion in boxing today. With I said my son is the youngest world champion in boxing today. With
dumbass niggas, boy.
Is that clear enough for you, whoever the fuck your name is?
Shout out to special education.
Okay.
They need love too.
Yeah, yes.
Shout out to closed caption. Shout out to those individuals that spend extra time with these niggas, even at the age they are now, providing them tutoring to still understand what a grown-ass adult should be able to do on a normal basis. It's still difficult because they never quite develop. That critical period of learning, I tell you, that shit avoided a lot of niggas. They just couldn't process it, bro. Them niggas couldn't process it. You told them basic, simple shit. Too much for me. And when we gonna go to recess? This is a recess having ass nigga. This nigga didn't want to goddamn go in there and crack them books open. The only time he cracked the book open was the hand that hide a motherfucking candy wrapper of him sneaking into the classroom just so he can get through the day and keep him awake. That's all. He wasn't really reading what the pages had to say. He always wanted to dream about, man, I wonder what social media is going to be like. Oh, man, I can spend all my time and money being someone different on social media, living double lives, and being a motherfucking crackhead in real life, being a bum-ass nigga in real life. But when I get on that microphone, I get to live my second life. Yeah. Hey, give me that super chat. Give me that super chat. Give me that cash app, nigga. Yeah, I need that money. My light bill due. I need to pay for my quarter cubicle in the living space. They got the new J's dropping. I don't have the money. But goddamn, if I can go out there and held my sign for at least a good 5 solid hours, help. I need money to eat. Help. Disabled American need your help.
Upper echelon, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. There you go on upper. Okay. Yeah. So, but like I say, you know,
hey, KQ, I'm gonna be honest with you. You shouldn't have read that nigga comment if he ain't. That ain't a super chat bit, dog. Come on, make them niggas give you a super chat, KQ. Come on, man. You giving that nigga airtime for free. Who is him? He don't have no goddamn shit on your channel. That nigga ain't doing shit. Typical black man want to seize the moment on another black man's platform, downgrading another black man. I wonder how that shit works. That's hard work, ain't it? KQ, bro, you should have had that nigga send you a super chat, man. You got your cash app up there. That nigga didn't send you a cash app for those comments, bro.
Your son, he's gonna be there for a while. I guess he's only 24, and Boot's 28. And for some reason now they got this Boot and your son rivalry going. And they forgot about Barrios. And but I mean, he's still there. He still got a belt too now, you know. But
they don't care about Barrios because I can guarantee you Barrios is not going to get nowhere close to the payload of criticism that they putting on Norman Jr. back. You know why? Because you have blacks out here that love supporting the Mexican fighters in this sport. They love doing that shit. Any chance they get, they would pretend to support their favorite black fighter, but that black fighter has to have a legitimate reason for them to go all out. They need to go all out for a reason. This, Jerron Ennis, they've been trying to link him up to Errol Spence. They've been trying to goddamn the best, and he just wasn't giving them the productivity that they was looking for. Finally, he did with Stantionis, and now they trying to act like, oh, we full pledge. You always know when you have these freaking groups come in, these groups who protest a lot, right? You know how they initially get themselves out there to be recognized? It's always controversy. These hoes no different. They no different. They want to come up here and rah, but don't want to listen to anybody else's opinion when they talking that boxing shit. And then you can tell when they get frustrated, they want to remove you from the scene because you may be influencing their chat. And look, I left in motherfucking grace. I didn't even type shit in his chat except he was a pussy. That's it. That's not that much. I didn't even type that much. I just said, bye-bye, pussy. That's it. Was that bad, y'all? It wasn't that bad, man. I didn't say bitch-ass nigga, hoe-ass nigga. Like, this nigga.
Right, I'm with you.
Crazy.
Again,
I don't even know this nigga.
From a business standpoint, from a business-minded standpoint, I'm with it. Barrios makes the most sense. I honestly, and I don't really care what anybody believe. I know what I'm looking at. I don't think Boots want to fight my son at all. Because why wouldn't you just shut him up? They talking to me, but they won't go tell their favorite fighter, please shut this man up. Why?
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? And I haven't even seen this video. I said, man, this nigga ain't trying to fight because they didn't mention his name after the fight. These niggas over here arguing and fussing and fighting over shit that's not going to take place. The same remnants that we heard with Spence Crawford. But this is even worse because this dude is just trying to make his paychecks in Philly. And they're trying to why he ain't falling in Atlanta. Is he the one in charge of everybody? Is Boots the reason why he fighting in Philly or Eddie Hearn's pockets? Eddie Hearns is saying, oh, we just gonna fight several fights. Look at the names he fought in Philly. I ain't mad at this man for getting his bag, but don't try to act like, oh, it's supposed to be equal. It's supposed to be equal. Tank came down here twice. One of those fights was Barrios. Do you hear them giving Tank credit for going out here and fighting Gamboa? Oh, Gamboa was washed. That's what they said. Then look, Tank brought Barrios down here. Who was Barrios? That's what they were saying. But goddamn it, hey, Barrios done got the title at 47. They're gonna be hyping that man all the way up. They just say, hey, Barrios a good guy. Let's focus on the Negro. That's what we should be. Focus on the Negro. That's what we should do.
Why won't he just simply go whoop my boy ass? That way he will be collecting another belt, which is, another step towards Undisputed, and get to shut me up and whoop that Norman kid ass at the same boat. Why wouldn't he? Look how easy that is to do. I'm telling you, I'm like, if you shut me down again and that debacle happen again, what can I go out here and say? But he refused to. He wouldn't even. He refused to do it. You heard Eddie say, "Do we want to make the fight?" That he talked to Bob. I want to make the fight. You heard that. Eddie said it clear as day. They go to them. They don't want to fight. I told Bozy. I told Boots. I told Boots. I told Bozy. I told his brother. They know. They know.
Now, wasn't that Boots' last fight with Eddie?
I don't know about his contract. I don't know what he got going on. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to not. I keep trying to stay away from it, but people keep attacking him. But when my son get his next fight or he get his next fight announced, I'm gonna completely be done with the shit because I already said what we had to say. If you want to fight him, all they gotta do is say you want to fight him. How hard is that to do?
Right. Okay.
But there's no way in the world. There's no way in the world. Because when my son came out and he won the title, and they was asking him, and they was asking about Teofimo Lopez when he first won at 23 years old, they was saying everything in the world, but they was saying everything in the world, right?
And let's not forget they was clout chasing the shit out of Crawford. These individuals that he's one of many. He's one of many. But let's remember how Boots is clout chasing Crawford still to this day. Still to this day, he clout chasing Crawford. But they're trying to say that Norman's clout chasing a fighter that don't have clout. You know how dumb y'all sound? He's clout chasing something that y'all trying to say. Y'all trying to pretend. He's trying to pretend like he has clout. It's all about faking it till you make it. Nigga, how can he have clout? And nobody was fucking with this nigga a fight ago. Nobody was talking his name when that nigga was on the mic. I think I need to go to 154. I mean, to be honest, I've been in this division a long time. That's your motherfucking fighter, nigga. It's no way you can be mad when Boots in Karen rematch said, second guessing himself. I've been in division for a long time. Maybe I need to go to 154. That's him. But y'all want to feel like y'all rejuvenated. Y'all got the goddamn juice and shit. Now y'all coming back. Listen to Mystical. Bitch, you trying to power up? These niggas coming here powered up off a fighter who was unsure of himself after the rematch with Karen. Unsure of himself. Unmotherfucking sure of himself. Saying he's contemplating moving up to 154. And now all of a sudden, they mentioned Giasov after the Stantionis fight, and it's Norman Jr.'s fault? How was that even possible, retardeds? The retards. Where are y'all at? You're retarded if you up here trying to prove a point that somebody ducked up out of a fight on negotiation when they had a mandatory in the shadows. I was waiting to get, to heat that shit up. But motherfucker kicked me off the panel like the whole ass nigga bitch he is, nigga. And then come over in the chat like that other light-skinned nigga. Boy, when you see a herd of sheep, don't take them for granted. Because all you got to do is just pull out a pencil. Oh, the shepherd has arrived. The shepherd, hey, pay attention. The shepherd has arrived. All I got to do is pull out a number 2. Hey, I'm hearing too much noise out here. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. I'm trying to eat. Them sheep just sit right there. And you see that motherfucking wolf come up here? Well, y'all ain't gonna know the difference anyway. When he clicked the link, nigga, don't run. They had a wolf on the panel today, and they went, oh, no, stop over-talking me. You've been over-talking each other forever, talking that bullshit. Y'all can sit up here and talk bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And people giving their opinions, but sometimes there's a lot of facts that's out there. And you get mad. Hey, get up out of here, man. Fuck you, you soft. Get up out of here, man. I'll let you talk. You keep on over talking. Man, that's soft shit. Vagina lips ass nigga. Niggas that was raised by his mama and his stepmama and step auntie. All in the motherfucking group. It's okay for you to wear them barrettes, okay? We're going to buy you plenty of colors. Don't worry about what they say. Okay? Wear them barrettes with power, dignity. Wear them with respect and courage. There's nothing wrong with the way you act. Be with one of who you are.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it, man.
Oh, another phone call.
Yeah, I see, man. Now, who's your mandatory now? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why they was mad. Look, y'all, the phone actually rung again. At this point, all I can say, if you feel some type of way about this man receiving an action from a device, which is normal when you have that number in your phone, IP to IP, and someone contacts you while you're on live. The phone actually rung. Can you believe there was a group of what I consider educated people? When I say educated, come to find out, special education. They was over there arguing about how many times he was receiving phone call as if he was playing around with his phone and going to the settings and going through ringers, different ringers. Oh, my fault, man. Somebody called me. Oh, that was a different ringtone, right? There's somebody calling me. Oh, man, hold on for a second. Somebody calling me. They was talking shit about him receiving phone calls. That's how childish this shit was. And me, when I rolled up on the scene, I was really up there to put on my life coach hat. And also my part, I wanted to use my 2 credits of being a psychologist too. Because obviously I was trying to come up there and help them, get back on their feet mentally. It seems like it was some damage there. Emotional damage. It was some shit going on there, man. I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of bringing them back to reality on the bullshit that they continue to talk. They're not going to talk about a mandatory being in the shadows and Eddie Hearns not responding in amount of time to where they was going to make that Brian Norman fight and also agree to a step aside with Stantionis. He refused to acknowledge that, and it expired, and then they had no other choice except to fight Stantionis or relinquish that IBF title. So stop talking about this nigga ducked. Stop talking about he was making 100 times more when Eddie Hearns up here lying, talking about he sent this amount of money like all of a sudden Eddie Hearn has this unblemished record of fighters in his charge. They all undefeated. They win. No. That nigga been taking L's for a long time. Stop it.
you say mandatory upper hoop?
Yeah. Your sound mandatory.
He don't have one right now. Jen Sasaki, Alexis Rocha was number 1, 102, and Jen Sasaki was next. So I think they in orders, but I don't know. Again, I don't know what's going on. It should be something announced within the next week or 2. And we can go ahead and get it cracking, go ahead and get it started, and continue my son's career. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put, like say, put up and shut up. We're gonna put up. We're gonna put up. It just man, hey, all this at a 24-year-old kid at his age, it builds a lot of integrity. Integrity that I like. You know what I'm saying? Don't build this soft ass shit where they're protecting you and they're allowing you to sit around and say who you do want to fight, who you don't want to fight. No, fuck that. We want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? So
you want all the what? What was that again? Did he just say what?
Sit around and say who you do want to fight. No, fuck that. We want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I like.
How dare he say that? How dare you say you want all the smoke, man? Come on now. They're going to compare that to you smoking weed. They're not going to compare that smoke to being aggressive and you want the conflict. They're going to switch it up on you, senior. They're not going to say, oh, that deals with the conflict of violence right there. No, they're going to say, no, he want the smoke. See, I told you he had that habit. That's them Southern boys right there. That's them Southern boys. They be in the backwoods smoking that shit.
Yeah, I like how he coming up. I like
to fight everybody, line them up,
line them up. Absolutely. Like it's not. Hey, again, it's not a hard thing. I was showing that when I got my old ass in the, I showed when I got my old ass in the ring. Mm-hmm. So you would wonder, why would you think this man wouldn't put his son in the ring when he took his old ass guy in the ring? That shows you our pedigree. My son ain't lost a fight in like 10 fucking years. Period.
Wow.
He ain't lost a fight to this fucking kid. Period. Literally. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what losing is. So, but all of a sudden, I'm afraid to put my son in there or challenge him. No, he's on the big heights. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they might not know what losing is, but bottom bitch does. He knows what losing is. That nigga has shown that he's a loser. For real. Many people have shown coming in this chat talking about viewership is losers. They've shown it. They're not trying to be victorious in life over something that matters. They just want to create something. Some very tiny, minute situation that's irrelevant to life itself. They just want to turn that into something that means a lot to their own community of people that's listening. And if them community of people are listening to them, you already know. It ain't nothing like looking at a group of dummies trying to teach each other. I'm being honest. Ain't nothing like a bunch of dummies trying to teach each other. Look,
Again. People hate confident people. Michael Jordan is hated. LeBron James is hated. Everybody. Floyd Mayweather was hated. People hate confident people. That's it. Hell, Ennis by some people is hated. People hate anybody that believes in themselves. They hate it, and they gonna find a way because they don't believe in themselves. They gonna find a way to bring you down, shut you down. Where they have no idea of your life. They have no idea of the mental fortitude that you have and what it takes to do what you're actually doing to achieve what you're achieving. You understand? Mm-hmm. They have no idea what it takes.
Yeah, let me ask you this: How was Brian brought up? How was he brought up? I know he didn't have a silver spoon in his mouth. I know that, but
yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't brought up with a silver spoon. This is how I went. I was brought up decent, and then I made a mistake. I ain't gonna call it. It's not a mistake. It's just God's plan. I made a choice. There you go. I made a choice to have kids very young. I had my first child at 15. My oldest son. He'd be 31 in June, and I'd be 46 in May. So I had my first child at 15 years old. I had my second child at a week after I turned 17. So my baby, I was gonna have 2 kids at 16. My baby was born a week after I turned 17. So I had 2 kids at 17. I left the house and moved out altogether a couple of months before at 16, a couple of months before my second child was born. So that's where everything started with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It took me down, and of course you can't go back asking your parents. My parents was fine. They was decent with their money. They was fine. Nobody was rich, but they was fine. They was well off. We had the joys. We had all the ladies shit. Everything was good. But I chose a path to go to the mud. And it just being rebellious. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to the mud, of course, my pride, I've always been a prideful person. So with me being in the mud, my mama trying to help me or whatever, you don't want no help because you're going to make it out yourself. And again, that's what built my character. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me really being a hard-headed ass. That's what built my character. I made it up out the mud. By the time I was 21 years old, Brian was born. He was the deciding factor that made me change my life, as a matter of fact. He made me get my shit together. I dropped out of high school. When he was about to be born, I got my GED right before he was born. I got a great job, a great career. I think it started off like $50,000 at 21 years old. Back then in 2000, like that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm 58.
Yeah, real shit. Man, I got a story, man. I got a whole fucking story, and everything can be fucking proven. So I got a job at AT&T at 21 years old. That's when B was born. And he never had to struggle. Like you said, he didn't have a silver spoon in his mouth, but he never had to struggle. It was same as when I came up. He had everything he wanted, all the ladies' shoes, all the games. He had everything he wanted. He had no problems. It was just a kid living life. 25, when I turned about 25, 26, man, his mama broke up. He was about 4 years old. It was just me raising him by myself then. I had to raise. I'm not being funny, not being sexist or nothing else, but I had to raise that little bitch in him. I'm just being real. I'm being real. He had a little bitch in him. You know what I'm saying? He had a little softness in him. I don't want to call it bitch. I want to kill a whole story with saying some shit like that, but that's just how I speak. I'm just being real about it. He had a little softness in him and a little, you know, you're not babies on. He was 4. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't to my liking it, and for me, you know what I'm saying, whether it was right or wrong, I made him nothing but a man. I made him a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see my boy, he don't wear no tight ass jeans. He ain't wearing nothing with his fucking ankles out. He ain't wearing his fucking toes out. He ain't fucking, no, we don't, I just didn't raise him that way. You know what I'm saying? So he was raised like I was raised, and I mean, I taught him, I molded him as best I could. I taught him everything I could. I taught him everything about. Still to this day, we had to talk yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because you never stop growing. You never stop learning. Even you still learn every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I teach him that, you know, you're going to learn every day, you know, pick up what you can pick up from whoever you can pick it up from, even if it's a bum on the street. You never know what kind of game they got to give. Put that with whatever you hear, put it with whatever you know. If it makes sense, wrap it up in there. If it don't make sense, discard that shit, put it out the other ear. You know what I'm saying? So with that being known, man, he's a very well-rounded young man. I told him to keep his life simple. Don't get into shit I got going. You hear my phone keep ringing fucking over and over and over. That shit is so aggravating. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I told him to keep his life simple, because with every even goal that you take, or everything you buy, everything you make, everything you do, that comes a set of responsibilities with. Look at this shit, never ending, man. There comes a set of responsibilities. There comes a set of responsibilities with that. And with that set of responsibilities, you are the one that created it. You are the one that got to deal with all of those responsibilities. No matter how I kept doing it, because it was so minute at first. But when you got to do this and go here, go there, then all that shit add together, now you ain't got no time to fucking think straight. You know what I'm saying? So thank God I even made those. God damn, boy. And I was able to tell him, this shit's crazy. I was able to tell him
Oh, that's what they mad at. That's what they mad at. I can only assume. You know, it's some cats in the chat that got shit going on great in their life. They doing grown man shit. You know, shit that they really don't have to have a motherfucker kicking them in their ass at this age to keep it going. You have some dudes in there that's really making it happen, that don't sit up here and think that being on social media is what really fuels their goals and expectations in real life. They doing what they supposed to. They got real life jobs. I would say, you know, I've seen people level change doing certain things in life, and you tell them, hey man, I see you. You know, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You compliment them. Hey man, I respect what you got going on. But a senior just told you his entire story on whether you take it as pluses and minuses and what he went through. He told you, right? But one thing he has left out, I have to look, I'm gonna be patient and see if he even mentioned it, because that's wild that he's telling you when he had his son and how he felt about, you know, when he had Norman Jr., what he felt. He's telling him personal shit. But it's crazy that when I was listening to these niggas talk about his phone ringing when he was over here talking some real shit, that just goes to show you, bro, special ed don't work.
Not to make the same mistakes I made and have his life like this. My life is very hectic. My life is very busy, very hectic. I can't fucking think straight. I can't see straight because I got too much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? My son is at a point where he can change my life.
Right.
He's at a point where he can change my life too. Hold on one second. He's at a point where he can change my life too. You know what I'm saying? If he make it big enough, because again, I'm straight. I don't need no money either, but I got too much shit going on to keep my lifestyle the way it is, and I don't really like it.
Well, I hear you, but listen, your son already made it. Let's be honest. He's a
he made it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a.
Oh, they didn't. I didn't hear them say shit. KQKC said your son already made it, but I ain't hear them say anything about what KC said. Nigga just want to use his platform because he's hating on him. But you don't want to mention the highlight parts of the host that he said, hey, your son still made it. Of course, people still have rungs in the ladder to keep on climbing. That's how it is when you're working for yours. But they didn't say anything about KQKC saying what he just said. They just want to gripe and complain about a person getting phone calls.
The champion, and most guys can get a champion, let alone mandatory, none of that. Now he can go a step further now. Now this is where the big bucks come in at. So we need the boots fight. That'd be terrific. And we need Undisputed. How about that?
Right.
I know he wants that. We got my man Butcher in the super chat. Say shout out Norman Senior. Get them haters on.
Yeah, they're cool. First of all, I see somebody said something about me trying to get out of debt, bro. You have no idea. I ain't in nobody motherfucking debt. I'm gonna tell you, man. I you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. Let me not even pander to that little mediocrity shit you talking about, bro. I'm good, dog. I'm good. It's a sustaining of what I already have, what I've already acquired. Now I'm not even going to entertain that shit no more. But go ahead, Bob. What you were saying?
No.
You got niggas in here talking about you trying to get out of debt. Wow. Look, that's what we do to one another, man. That's what we do to one another. Motherfucker out here in boxing, which is, look, they always say boxing is a business. Boxing is a business. But they talking about a motherfucker trying to get out of debt and don't even know what he in debt for. How can you say somebody getting out of debt and you don't even know what they in debt for? How much are they in debt for? How do they get in debt? How do you know this particular individual is in debt? Because to hear them tell it, his son ain't did shit in boxing yet. So he can't have put up that much money or took out any personal loans because he just turned champion. Who's in debt? I mean, were they paying for opponents? Were he going over there paying for a fighter's purse? Yeah, I think I can put up $80,000 and I'm going to take $3,000 out of that. Yeah, all I want to do is to put him on my record as an opponent. That's what I want to do. That's crazy. The shit people say, man, you can't let it get to you because a lot of these motherfuckers don't really have it themselves. They below the bar. They'll never catch up. And the people that they look up to, it's not like they're high in life. It's that both of them are on the ground floor, knowing what it's like to see all the scum of the earth when they crawling on their bellies. That's all I'm saying. When people get that low, they do low type shit. They always talking grimy and greasy about people because the way they feel and the level that they on, you see a lot of shit when you climbing at that lower level. You climbing through people's spit. You climbing through the dirt and grime from the soles of their shoe. You climbing through cigarette butts. You a low class having nigga. You love that shit. It got to the point where you get up off the motherfucker temporarily and you wipe all that shit. Damn, my shit fucked up. My clothes dirty as fuck. I wonder what the weather looking like, man. I hope it rained today so I can take a shower again.
No. I was just saying. I just read this super chat. The Butcher. Yeah, he sent you a super chat. He said, shout out to you, Norman Senior, and he back in the super chat again. He said, Norman Senior, explain how them first negotiations went for us.
Okay, the first one went. It was. I mean, I shouldn't have to keep doing this shit, but again, ain't nobody gonna understand the list anyway because they don't want to. But it's very, 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 very easy. My son had a fight that he was supposed to be lining up for. This boost. The Karen fight was already being talked about. You know, nobody wanted to see it. And then they made us an offer for the fight for $750,000. I called his daddy the same day they made the offer. I told his daddy what was up. I told him he was going to take it, but I didn't like the money, so we're going to give her a counter offer. His pops told me, no, don't worry about that, man. What they talking about? They can't say, they ain't talk to me. They can't do nothing without talking to me. That's what his daddy said.
Huh? I almost mentioned my boy name because we was talking about this shit. No, I'm going to digress. I'm not going to mention his name because I remember us having a conversation about this. I remember when Bozy said, ain't nobody talk to me. I remember. Because a lot of people was talking about who ain't doing what, but Bozy was unaware of this. So they came in below 1 million. We heard this. Let's keep it moving.
That was on a Sunday. On a Tuesday, Boots came back out saying that all the champions turned down the damn fight. Now, of course, that set me and my son. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is he talking about? So we killed that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the whole thing took flight. That's how the whole thing took off. And I mean, it was a whole bunch of bullshit in between. Bottom line, we found out that the fight could have never happened. We had our own situation going on. It's like trajectory. If you even know what trajectory means, you can look at your product, look at the trajectory of your product and where it's gonna be. We was on our own route. We on our own plan. You feel what I'm saying? And the trajectory that we are on is above and ahead the person that we're negotiating with. That's simple. As simple as that.
Okay. Was that good enough for you, Mr. Butcher?
No, it ain't gonna no. That's why I don't even know. That's why I'm gonna have to stop explaining, because it's never gonna be good enough, because they don't listen. You're not hearing me. Not to mention, my son couldn't even fight. He ended up not even being able to fight. So what are we even talking about? Why don't somebody do this? Why don't they take the time and look up when was the Karen fight ordered to take place? Then look up when was the Norman fight begin, and they'll see that it was never coming anyway. It was never gonna happen. It was all done with falsehood. It was all done with bullshit. That's it. And then, hey, look, then ask, if that was the case, why did Stanionis turn down 1.5? Why did Barrios turn down 2 million? But we the only ones being called ducks. Why? What happened?
Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He has a point. Stanionis did turn down the fight. Well, he got this one because he took less money. Boots. Let's just say he purchased his belt, y'all. Yeah, WCS put it out there first. He bought his belt. Yeah, he bought his belt. That's what happened. He took less money to fight an unproven fighter. He took less money to fight an unproven fighter. He turned down. Barrios turned down 2 million. What was going on? Yeah, that's a good question. Why they're the only fighters being called a duck? Why is that the case? Because they're trying to give you Spence Crawford rendition, because they're still mad and angry at the T-Mobile massacre, and a lot of them cats have not been able to recover because they're in debt. Now, I can actually say that some of these Spence fans are still in debt. Yeah, I can assume. I'm gonna go on record. Yes, I can say you're in debt. A lot of you cats lost money. First of all, you put on the credit card, you purchased those motherfucking smoking on Bud Pack shirts on the credit card, right? Your credit card interest rate is like 17.3%. You didn't pay the whole motherfucking shit off because you bought some shirts for your friends. So your bill came up to like 280, 85, right? You didn't pay it off in time. Interest tore your ass up. Then you fucked around and said, hey, man, do you want to go over to Vegas, man? We're not going to tell anybody. But it's going to be like an underground misfit tour. We're going to go over there. We're not going to really broadcast it on social media, but we're going to take our shirts over there. We're going to just carry it in a suitcase or however you want to do it. Go over there to Vegas for fight week. And we're going to witness the fight. After the fight, after Spence beat Crawford, we're going to take a group picture and with our shirts on. And man, we're really going to rub it in the goddamn the Bud Crawford fans. That's what we're going to do right there. Hey, man, this is a damn good interview, KQKC. One of the better ones with him, senior telling you some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But he put it out there. Check the dates. If y'all talking about ducking, check the dates on when the fights was ordered and all that.
Why did they come back and give Stanionis to fight and pay him more than what they paid us, what they offered us? Why? Why did he take a pay cut for Stanionis and not us? Why? But either way it go, the fight wasn't going to happen. One way or another, it wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen. So shut the fuck up. The fight wasn't going to happen. So shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas want to talk about ducking all the time like y'all didn't get enough for the last 147-pound undisputed quest that was out there. Y'all didn't get enough? I'm going to go on the limb and say it. Yeah, 3-4 cent. You remember when I said, yeah, these motherfucking Boots fans are turning out the same way. They like dysfunctionality. They like to be taken advantage of when it comes to emotions. They like to overlook simple ass shit, bro. You don't need a counselor to think this shit out. You don't need a counselor.
But look, I'm done talking about this shit. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. We can talk about the fight. We can talk about what happened, whatever else, but I'm not gonna keep talking about this shit. My son at the gym right now. I just pulled up, grabbed me something to eat. I just pulled up to go train with him. We got shit to do. We got a potential fight coming up or whatever else. Hopefully we'll get a fight in June. Not sure.
Y'all hit the like button. Okay. All right. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the cash. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not sure what the specifics. Not sure what the specifics are. Whatever else, you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is. You feel me? So, you know, again, like I said, man, we just a father-son duo that been taking heat, that's been hated everywhere we go. You ask, why would he be hated? That nigga don't smoke, that nigga don't drink, that nigga don't party, he don't do nothing bad. We talking about my son now. He ain't disrespectful, he ain't none of that. You feel what I'm saying? But I like it because this is one of the lessons that I teach in my life about people and about trusting people and why you don't trust people and you know all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really just a lesson. It's all just a lesson. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter how right you are, what good you do, or what good where your mind is. It doesn't matter. If a person don't want to listen, then they just, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. You feel me?
Right. I hear you. We got on time, Drake.
Hey, shout out to the sheep. Salute to the sheep. The angry sheep in the building. Shout out to the sheep who didn't listen to a word he motherfucking said. Shout out to them.
She said,
build our brand up without the years. Stay healthy, take it from the vision. Y'all keep hating, that's fine too. We saying that to be negative. If I was out today, nobody would miss me. Nobody in my family would miss me. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, each individual. The world is a big place.
Look. Pull up to KO. Elite bluffing on deck. Pull up to KO. Why? He's given KO the platform before. You remember when Senior was over on KO and that other dude, Dickhead, was over there too? And he's the only person. They must have forgot that. But how dare me bring that up and have enough time to basically source the vid? But I don't want to do that. I don't feel like having those strikes against me right now. I don't want to do it. But he gave them a platform before. And Senior motherfucking educated the shit out of both of them at the same time to the point where they had to say, things that make you say, Dickhead over there looking like a black Abraham Lincoln. So hold on, let me get my prescription. Go ahead, take it over, KO. That motherfucker just lose his fucking mind. And then, I mean, come on, man. Why do people do this? What is the purpose if it's not going to be conducive to tell somebody to go over to somebody else's panel just to hear these juveniles in the chat saying dumb shit like this? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking about somebody's time, we're talking about in reality, not this social media shit. If you're in reality, you wouldn't put on a freaking gala or any type of event just to have people there to fuck with the people that you invited. You wouldn't do that. If you invited somebody there and they're supposed to be the special guest, you're not going to invite other people there to fuck with them because your name is on the line, right? So I guess it's a social media thing when people say it's okay to just jeopardize any type of character I have. Just jeopardize everything. Don't give a fuck about who I am in life. Let me go ahead and live a double life on YouTube. A lot of these cats live double lives. So if somebody's giving you their free time, we're talking about a world champion giving you their free time. What is all the hate? I'm not going to lie. I've seen the hate over the past. I've seen the hate come and go. I've seen it from the old to the new. I've seen the different ebbs and flows on social media. But to say show up on somebody else's platform when it's not going to be anything conducive. Like the man, Seniors already went on KO's platform previously, and he pulled up Dickhead. Him and Dickhead was there at the same time, and still both of them end up looking like dickheads. So what's the purpose of having him here now to go to the same platform on somebody who he said he gonna fuck up in real life? That just goes to show you them sheep, They're not the smartest in the group. I'm telling you, that herd mentality, that shit never gets old.
Place, it's billions of trillions of people on Earth. Keep grinding. We're gonna keep achieving. We're gonna keep reaching, and we're gonna get where we got to be at. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to KQKC Boxing Network, man, for this interview. Very good interview. The only thing they was talking about is the phone calls. They really wasn't, highlighting other intricate parts of the video. Or I may have missed the first part of when they was actually giving him his credit for out here doing hard work like many other fathers. You know what I'm saying? You have many other fathers that's out here doing their shit, like they supposed to. But when it comes to boxing, boxing is a tough sport. Boxing is a very, very tough sport, man. The sacrifice is incredible. The amount of hours that you put in, yeah, you hope to make that big check. But it's crazy when people saying you just in it for a check, when them niggas is not going to be the ones paying your bills if you ever go broke. I do want to say this about something he didn't mention. The crazy part about humility is he told total strangers all that shit that they didn't deserve, really. About him having kids and all. He told him the little small shit. But he actually has a legitimate, thriving business that's down here. He said that's something that he really don't like. He never even really put it out there that he has the business. He has legitimate business that he runs, that he has to get up there and actively run while training his son as a world champion boxer. That's commendable. But when you're trying to explain that to people down here, all I'm saying is, I hope you don't ever call that number. No, they ain't gonna call. I'm just gonna leave it alone. They're not gonna call it because they're gonna look on there and they can say that shit sound familiar. That can't be it. No, I was fucking with him in the chat. Damn, I really need somebody to come pick my shit up. God damn it. Let me see if I can use my girl phone and use a different name. He has a thriving business, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the hustles. Shout out to Blue Hustle, man. Out here getting it in. You know what I'm saying? To Shaw News on deck, Team Tucker official in the building. Shout out to Gumbo. Shout out to all the cats that's in the chat, man, that's working and making a living. No matter how you doing it. No matter how you doing it. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Man, and look, one thing I can say about it, bottom bitch, is that when I came over there, I was on some serious, respectful shit. And I was just talking as normal. Anybody can go over there before he kicked me off the panel and know that I wasn't being disrespectful. That nigga yelling in my ear like I can't raise my voice too. Now he want to talk about he smoked somebody. Yeah, you really smoked me with the goddamn button and put me in the background and kicked me off the panel. Yeah, that's smoking right there. You know what I'm saying? And look, you acting like somebody else I know. You acting just like the nigga that you had on your panel. He act the exact same way, bro. You know what I'm saying? He act the exact same way. You can sit up here and goddamn cuss at people and talk shit, but when they raise their voice, all of a sudden it's wrong. That's bitch tendencies, though. That's bitch tendencies right there. Shout out to 78 in the building. He said them chicks didn't have a clue what they talking about. Hey man, I said that nigga didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and they try to act like they don't know you. I'm not gonna give them no press play. Like I said, I don't know them like that. There's no reason for me to hate them. But she know who she is. She talk a lot of shit. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. She don't know. I'm just gonna call it the way it is. That bitch done been over here on my panel before. Didn't know what the fuck she talking about. She using my shit. If anything, bitch, you should remember that you bit my shit when it was goddamn Crawford and Spence. You reiterated my shit. Shout out to Gumbo in the building. Facts. Paige Stanthionis over Norman. Yeah. But they don't want to talk about that vibe, though. They don't want to talk about that vibe. You feel me? They don't want to talk about that vibe. Real talk. Shout out to 918. Yeah, for sure. Hey, shout out to KQKC. That was his content. You know what I'm saying? That was his content. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check him out. That was his video that I was reacting to. You know what I'm saying? That with Brian Norman Sr. on there. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was me, and I wouldn't be on these motherfuckers panels. And if I was on the panels, it wouldn't be nice, because these motherfuckers be trying to put you in the background, kick you off the panel. And then, you know, the fucked up part about it is that it's been several times that I praised Bill Haney for being cut from a different cloth for putting up with this bullshit. Like, if it's any father out here, and these niggas try to say they was goddamn coming at Bill Haney the same way. If it's any father that has experienced several freaking seasons of storms with this YouTube back and forth beef and all that back and forth, is him. So what we got now with these new dads that's coming on the scene, so to speak, that's giving you all your their time without you paying them, niggas don't appreciate that shit. And I promise you, a lot of you niggas talk that shit online, but in person, you'll be trying to get a photo. Real talk. They'll be trying to get a photo, nigga. Real talk. Y'all be trying to get a photo. Shout out to my guy, Shaw News. You know, another underground media that's been out there, done been around the good, the bad, and the ugly. KO better stay in his house. I see you green lighting. Hey, man. Hey. I don't know what was said, but I do know that nigga talks some shit. I don't follow his shit no more. It's been a long time. Sometimes I follow just to see what's popping, but I don't follow him like that. I don't pay attention, because this is a perfect example of niggas using KQKC to post freaking comments and not giving that man a super chat. Now the other one did. Kudos to that sheep. She was talking some bullshit too, but not to give a super chat when he has a host on there that basically interests you enough to talk shit. You didn't even super chat the man. You a broke ass nigga. And I don't even talk like that. But for you a broke ass bottom bitch nigga. For real. You want to be over here and you acting just like KO did when he came over here, talking about how many people tuned into my shit. Kudos to the numbers, goddammit. You mentioned how many over here and your punk ass over here. Shout out to Trick Noty in the building, man. The Orc on deck. What it do? I remember KO integrating BNs. It was horrible. I don't know. What does that mean? BNS. I can't I'm trying to put that shit together. I don't know what the acronym is for, man. Yeah, salute to Swat Jones once again, man. Thanks for the donation super chat, big dog. I don't always agree with seeing, but it's spot on. Shout out to Trick Noty. I didn't even read you. I was busy strolling. Shout out to Trick Noty for the $2 super chat on deck. I remember KO integrating. It was horrible. I don't think I really gave him that shout out, man. But he do a lot of work behind the scenes. Shout out to him, man. One love to you. Keep on grinding. You know what I'm saying? That's really the plug behind the scenes if you want to talk about older fighters. But Shaw News say he I think he has a consultation fee. Fee. You know what I'm saying? Now, it ain't no damage control, man. These people want to ignore the fine details. You know what I'm saying? These people want to ignore the fine details when it comes to the negotiation process. They just want to talk about shit that fancy their narratives. A narrative that the listeners can start nibbling on. You got to continue to feed them that bacteria, bro. So their body type can get used to it. Why you think a fly land on a fresh pile of shit? If you run your own business, you have more than one phone. I got 3 phones. Hey, talk to him, Blue. Talk to him, man. And like I said again, man, shout out to Blue being one of these cats that, you know, people try to treat him like the average, but he really got some legitimate shit going on in life, business wise. You know, but you know, people ain't gonna show, you know, the utmost respect for it, because then they're gonna be like, oh man, you trying to goddamn blow his head up. I mean, if dude got a business, he's got a business. That means he's above average in life. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more, the OG in the building. Yeah, man, Eddie was getting back to senior week or 2 at a time, man. He purposely expired that. And you know, looking at this whole thing, I understand where all the hate and short-tempered, low tolerance came from, because his umbilical cord is attached to KO, the light-skinned nigga that feels some type of way about a lot of people, right? Look, the nigga really never had no natural, you know, beef with me. This bottom bitch nigga, you know. So you know, the way he came off and kicked me off the panel, he pretty much have seen me around. You know, he's seen me around before. He felt the way he did. He probably done talked to certain people. He probably, you know, was just forcing himself to be nice, being respectful in the chat. But the bitch will always show herself sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? They might show you the tendencies, but when they intend to act out and erase all doubt, that's when you know. That's when you know right there. That's when you know. Them niggas act all alike. They'll come in your chat and talk about how many subscribers. Like that has something to do with how you pay taxes in life. You know what I'm saying? Like this has something to do with how you primarily pay taxes in life. On the Brown in the building. What they do? What they do, man? Shout out to BG Bug on Stop Canelo in the building. I see you. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease on deck, man. What it do? I want to bring this up, right? Because dumb niggas say a lot of shit, bro. I want to show you this right quick. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that. Okay. Now this is Jin Sasaki, 19-1-1, 17 knockouts, right? He's been stopped before in his career, right? But when I was on Upper Bottom Bitch platform earlier, they claimed to know about boxing. He was once again promoting a non-black fighter to discredit or put smut on Norman Jr.'s name, right? Just like they try to do Jihad just because he called out Xander Zayas. You know, let's just let the facts be the facts. You know what I'm saying? Just like Senior said, you can get mad at my opinion, you know, and just because you don't agree with my opinion, you know, it's not based off facts. You can't say my opinion is a lie just because you don't like it. It's not based off facts. How do you preface that? Should it be a prefix or suffix? Opinions are not based off facts. So this nigga was over here, just like you seen him, and he had to be corrected by Senior. He was bigging up Bam Rodriguez. Jess Rodriguez is a very solid fighter, a favorite of mine in the lower divisions, right? Based off what he did. But he was trying to you know, big him up by correcting Senior, who did not say what this dude said. He wasn't paying attention. I'm telling you, special ed fails a lot of kids. Now we go with Jin Sasaki, right? He was over here trying to say that Jin Sasaki, if Brian Norman goes over there to Japan, Jin Sasaki, of all fighters, is absolutely the A side. This fight hasn't even been made yet, and he's the A side. So that's why Senior said, hey, that nigga saying a lot of fucked up shit. It must have been enough fucked up shit for him to say, nah, I'm gonna fuck him up in real life. This is the same shit we seeing with this nigga Bottom Bitch. Bottom Bitch is up here bigging up Jin Sasaki, who's already stopped. He was stopped in the 11th round. He stopped, right? Not only that, Jen Sasaki missed weight. Jen Sasaki missed weight. But the reason why I brought this up is I underscored that Norman Jr. had a belt already. And being that going over to Japan will provide him international exposure, right? That's what they always talk about. When Devin Haney went over to Australia and fought George Kambosos, it was exposure in another country, international exposure. It was a good deal, right? His dumb ass sit up here and say that Jen Sasaki is going to be the A side. Now, before that, they was up there talking about how Norman had him headline the card in Atlanta, right? So what if Jen Sasaki has headlined a card in Japan? Do we even care? Because a lot of fighters don't give a fuck about Japanese fighters until somebody else over here gives a fuck about Japanese fighter by the name of Naoya Inoue. It's not many of them. Junto Nakatani. You know, it's fighters out there, but the pass that they give them is incredibly biased. They would give these fighters a pass without putting them through the ringer as they would their U.S. fighters. This dude said Jen Sasaki is the A side and made yet. And you have a world champion. World just doesn't mean U.S. You have a world champion. If you are looking here, Oriental and Pacific Boxing Federation welterweight champion. WBO Asia Pacific welterweight champion. Does that say anything about the WBO world champion? WBO Asian Pacific world welterweight champion. Now, also, Jen Sasaki has less fights than Norman Jr. Norman Jr. is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? He's 1 year younger. But just the fact of hearing the dumb shit is the reason why Senior probably said, hey, man, you be saying some incredibly stupid shit that them dumbass chat members of yours don't ever correct you on. That's what it's called when you're in an echo chamber of anyone who around you. They're just going to echo what you say, substantiate what you say, and not hold you accountable for anything. These individuals are not inspiring to be anything except idiots. He said Jen Sasaki is the A side to Brian Norman Jr. Why? Because we going into Japan. A boxer's supposed to bow down just because he's going across the water. They're going to use Stephen Fulton like he's the first fighter to go over to Japan and fight. They won't use Floyd Mayweather when he went in there and fought Tenshin Nashikawa. Even though that was like an exhibition fight, they're not going to use that because they have to say Floyd got the most line share of the money, right? But this dude said Brian Norman Jr. is the B side to Jen Sasaki. They're building up Jen Sasaki, who hasn't even proven himself yet. Look at this resume, yo. Hasn't even proven himself at all. When do we stop just giving passes to these foreign fighters without taking them through the entire detailed list of criticism that you do to U.S. fighters? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Who can we compare on Jen Sasaki's record to a Norman Jr.? Oh, it don't mean nobody because he ain't fought nobody. Okay, so basically, you automatically looking at Jen Sasaki's record, and nobody on here is a Norman Jr., but you saying Norman Jr. ain't shit. So I'm gonna ask you this: who on Jen Sasaki's resume build him up to give you that confidence, or it's just straight up bias? Is it Sakaya? Is it Shoki Sakaya? Is it him? He went the distance with 117, 111, 118, 110. This dude said Jen Sasaki is the A side if Brian Norman Jr. fights him next. And also he said he's an A side, dummy. This is what I'm talking about. You got some dumbass niggas that's been called dummy so much that they just can't wait to call somebody else dummy. It takes us back to Fred Sanford. I believe Fred Sanford were these niggas' uncles. Because every time he seen them niggas, they say, "You big dummy, come in here, dummy. Where your mommy at? I don't care where your daddy at. He left you a long time ago, big dummy." They get mad at that shit. I'm asking you, big dummy. How can Jin Sasaki, and what has he done to be the A side just because a fighter is going over there to Japan to have a fight? Tell me that, big dummy. Huh? You was over there listening to KO. That's why you felt all soft and wet and moist when I show up over your chat. And then deep down inside, your bitch ass up there, listen to what everybody say. "Oh, man, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him, man. I don't like that nigga. I don't this, this, that, and the other. You talking shit." All them niggas group up together. That's why you go on a panel and they so mad. These are black people. They so mad. Like they're not even getting paid to be this angry. You try to have a conversation, say, "You know what? I'm gonna step out." Look, run it back. This whole ass nigga said, "Run the tape back." Run the tape back to when I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna step away because I ain't trying to make no enemies over here." Look, I was on my son Freud time. I was on my peaks, chilling, nigga. I wasn't over there for no smoke. And they just couldn't allow me to leave because every other comment came on. "Oh, that nigga don't know that. Mute that nigga." I mean, why? If we're all black, why so quick temper? Just off boxing topic is crazy, yo. That's just a testament of stupidity. But I just wanted to show you Jin Sasaki. This dumbass nigga said that he goddamn going to be the A side to Norman, and this nigga ain't fought nobody. They're gonna try to say he's the next Junto Nakatani. Height, Dozo. He's the next Naoya Inoue. Put him up there top 4. They'll sit up here and give you the Wilder effect. Y'all want to know what the Wilder effect is? Criticizing a fighter that they ain't fought nobody and they ain't shit in boxing. And then somebody beat him, and that fighter should get all the glory in the world when you never thought about giving that glory to the prior owner when they was reigning defending world champion. Yeah, that's exactly the same case right here. They're trying to goddamn have the Wilder effect in motion. And this is a habit. They see the same shit with Crawford. And look, don't you love when a person keep on mentioning a fighter's name and what they did, and they can't say he didn't do it? You can't say he didn't do it. That's what they hate. It's hilarious. Oh, we talking about that. That don't have nothing to do. It does. This scenario has a lot to do. It has a lot of residue from Crawford Spence, because you niggas was the same one up here speaking that gibberish, hate, that bias ass criticism over and over and over and over again of a fighter that y'all said didn't do shit in the sport. And then when it came down on fight night and the lights was bright, and you know that nigga came in there, Crawford, with a fish net on his shit to catch the fish. Not only did he catch it, he filleted his ass. Not only that, they say how you supposed to tenderize beef. I ain't never seen nobody tenderize fish. This nigga tenderized the fuck out that fish. I ain't never seen a motherfucker get ready. I'm about to prepare this dish. Yeah, this fish dish right here. But I'm going to first tenderize this fish. I've never seen it. I seen motherfuckers take out some of the sharpest blades and fillet the shit out that motherfucker, dress it up real nice, take all the eviscerate, take all the damn organs and shit, all that, clean it up real nice, deboning and all that. I never seen a motherfucking fish get tenderized until that Omaha Monster did it. Until it was Spence. He tenderized the shit out that fish. He did. I'm just being honest. That's the first time I've seen a fish be tenderized like that. But I think I've given Jen Sasaki enough exposure for tonight. I just want you all to be aware that he has an 89.47% knockout ratio. Okay? 89.47%. Okay? I want you to take a look at this. This is another, hey, check this out. You know how I do. You know, when it's time to be petty, it's time to be petty, right? Let me show you something about Brian Norman that's going to be a very good arguing point that you're going to hear on these channels that don't want to give you credit for the source for which they gathered the information from. Brian Norman Jr. is 27-0, 21 knockouts. He has more experience, and he's 1 year older than Jen Sasaki. But guess what? It's a 77.78% knockout ratio. Jen Sasaki at the current moment has a higher knockout percentage than Norman. Oh, the stakes just went up. Not only is Jen Sasaki the A side, now WCS has discovered the reason why he is the A side, because his knockout percentage is higher. His knockout percentage is higher. I broke the code, y'all. I broke the code. See, when idiots say some dumb shit, you gotta do your research and find out, okay, what can make him the A side? Let me go see. And I found out Jen Sasaki is that hitter. That hitter. For real. Jen Sasaki is that hitter, y'all. He has a higher knockout percentage than Norman. You know that's the telltale sign right there. That's a telltale sign. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know. I just put it out there. I wanted you all to kind of narrow down your radius and trying to determine if this fight happened. Is it a point that, you know, Norman going in somebody else's backyard again overseas? Why he isn't the A side? He's the champion. He's going in there with a fighter who's fought literally nobody of note. You know? But just to shit on a black fighter once again and to shut him down, it's crazy. We see too much of that too easily. Of them not wanting to give a black champion credit. We've seen it with Wilder. We've seen it with Crawford. Now we're seeing it with Norman. We're seeing it with Tank. We saw it periodically with Floyd. And the crazy part about this dysfunctionality is a lot of it is black fight fans. For real, black fight fans. A lot of this is black fight fans, the way they talk. And through further research, I found out that a lot of these black fight fans, when they was birthed, it's tough being birthed on a bus seat. I'm just saying, some of them came out and was really nothing to support them. They landed on the floor. Bow. That started it. At least they know the baby was alive. He started crying and all that, but shit wasn't right. I'm sorry to tell you that your kid is just not performing up to standards per what we expect at this age. I mean, 13, he should be able to say his alphabet soundly from A to Z. He gets stuck when it comes to element of P. I tell him not to sing it, but he said that's what he was taught at home. They just can't get it right. You can't get tired of something so quickly, brother. But look, if somebody's tired of something, I'm not going to ask you why you tired or whatever. Man, boxing is boxing at the end of the day. The only reason somebody is tired of something is that you've placed too much attention. You've given too much attention to be tired. You can get exhausted when you put too much effort in trying to understand it. When you put too much attention into something and you really don't like it, you know that's extra stress, right? That's just extra stress. So you have to separate yourself from it, man. Let it go. Oh, he did? He came back? That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you telling me that, man. Hold up. Let me see. Let me check for myself. Okay. Oh, you're right. Shout out to Dodge J, man. See the hottest chat in the motherfucking gang. Goes to show you, I didn't listen to it until I seen it. So let's get back to this. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And once again, this is KQKC Boxing Network. And I apologize for the comment that you see. That's not a boxing fan. That is a boxing stan. That's not a person that actually studied the sport, but one who hangs out in communities that may talk of the sport.
Okay, yeah. So it was a great interview. It was a great interview, though. Okay, it was a great interview and everything. So, but I'm
glad I'm smarter than
everybody enjoyed it. All right. Oh, there's a Brian right there.
Yes, I'm glad I'm smarter than every player. You pussy motherfucker. Oh, you thought you was gonna come on here and roast me or something? I just happened to click back on. So let me see what this nigga say. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you ain't trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga, wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said. But
nigga, wait. This shit. Let me see what this nigga say.
Okay.
Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you.
But
you know, baby, I bring the hate out, baby. I'm not even saying that to be negative.
Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, Kai. All right.
Each individual is each.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. God damn. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. God damn. Hey, shout out to DJ, man, Dodge J, man, for letting me know that, hey, hold up. You cutting us shouty. It's still more action. Hey, KQ, don't take it out on me, dog. I don't want no smoke, dog. But a chat member informed me that it was Mo to the video. And that's exactly where we at. Let's see what was said. God damn, you talking about smoke.
Yeah, I was trying to get that in, but man, he's a hard guy to interview because he won't stop. Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, Kai. I already told him that though, and he don't give a shit. But anyway, I saw you. Ty, you wanted me to press him, man. It just was so hard to do that with him. You know, he just You know, I couldn't get my questions in. You know, the phone was interrupting. No, but he just about the baddest Bill Haney almost. I don't know.
Oh, that's why the green light was blinking. Oh shit! You say he just? Oh my, bro, this is oh my god, man. This is what I was saying. You let a motherfucking give you a super chat to try to influence you to fuck over your guests. A guest return. If that ain't the South, I don't know what is. Let's see it play out. I'm gonna let this motherfucker play.
Cause see, I don't know everything you know he went through, going through. I do know about that. When he turned down that fight, I know he ducked that fight. You know,
Ooh.
But I tried to do the best I could with him, and you know, but he just kept on phone ringing, kept on talking. You know, so I don't know. So hold on. Okay, yeah, so it was a great interview. It was a great interview though. Okay, it was a great interview and everything. So, but I'm about to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. All right. Oh, there goes Brian right there. Yes, sir.
I'm glad I'm smarter than everybody. You thought you was gonna come on me and roast me or something? I just happened to click back on. So let me see what this nigga say. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you ain't trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga, wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said, but I'm not.
I heard exactly what you said. You wasn't gonna press shit. You no, wait.
I'm gonna press you some other.
You wasn't gonna press shit, nigga. You to my duck something. How the fuck I duck anything? You know what, bro? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you. Shit. Man, I was gonna ask him some tough questions. He said, I'm gonna press him. Man, if I wanted to press him, man, I was trying to be nice. Well, at least I thought I was. But anyway, but you know, it is what it is, right? You know, and nothing I can do about it. You know, what's up, JD? With the holla. I'm saying.
Oh my God! I mean, if you're looking for a conclusion. See, there you is, man. Goddamn, man. You did come off insinuating about pressing, bro. Based off the influence of somebody who doesn't like the guy, don't know the guy, but don't like him because she's in the sheep. Not in the sheep, she's in the herd. She's one of the sheep in the herd. That's all. And she influence that situation. KQ, you gotta be careful about letting these bitches influence you like that, KQ. You know, we good, man. I'm not counseling you. You know, you one of the older cats like myself. But she instigated that shit. And not only that, you read it, but you did insinuate that you was trying to press a nigga. And he was harder to interview than Bill Haney now. You took shots, bro. Come on now. He had every reason to pop back up. Shout out to Dodge J, man. Shout out to Jay for dropping the motherfucking 411. Man, let jump back on the he returned. I would have never got down let that shit play out. That's what I said. I didn't watch the video until then. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You already know what it is, that blue. Hey, shout out to Mr. Gumbo, man, with the $5 super chat. You know what I'm saying? Another hard-working individual out here in life. You know what I'm saying? Not a YouTube freaking pretender. Not a person that's going up here, not understanding what his age consists of, and him trying to role of being a clown. Shout out to a real one in the building, man, with the $5 super chat on deck, man. Salute to you. He said, WCS, the interview wasn't over. Let it keep playing. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. My bag, I'm catching up, shouty. I'm catching up there, Gumbo, man. You're right. Hey, you're right, Gumbo. I didn't know. Shout out to ITC Boxer to you, bro. The apostles in the building. Shout out to Omaha on deck. He said, one love to the Archbishop WCS. You on the neck, OG. What did I miss? It's just some weeds are trying to grow out of a pile of shit. And they trying to feed it to the general public like it's broccoli. You know what I'm saying? I never ate broccoli out of a pile of shit. But it's motherfuckers that do cultivate their narratives from a pile of shit, shawty. Real talk. Real talk. And this stuff, you notice how the shit has changed. You know, it went from, look, let me tell you in the last several months. Let's go, it's 25, 24. It went from Shakur to Tank Davis. Right? Shakur to Tank Davis. No. Crawford, Shakur, Tank Davis. Then it kind of has dissipated from Tank Davis to, I would say, who's that fighter? Who's the fighter? I would even throw Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia in that mix too for whatever reason. But I'm talking more so of just straight up, hey, got to throw them in there too. And then it goes from Tank Davis to Crawford a little bit, with him trying to push the Canelo fight, off of Crawford to now Norman Jr. Now, the wild part about it is that there are fighters out here that's not living up to the expectations of entertainment value. But since they're not a black fighter, in my opinion, black fight fans are leaving them alone. But when a black fighter doesn't live up to these high expectations of some of these black fight fans that's out here, they try to dip them in and out of the toilet. They try to find any way to listen to these damn narratives. They build up alliances with dummies. It's one thing about fools. They don't know the difference whether they up close or from afar. That's a straight up fact. That's a straight fact of fools. They don't know the difference from up close or from afar. That's real talk. But shout out to ITC Boxer to you with the $5 super chat, man. One love to you. Yep. Yep, right. Hey, man. God damn, man. The chat telling me, bro, let it. Fuck it. Ooh, wait. God damn, dog. Man, the South got something to say, man. The South got something to say, dog. The South got something to say, man. The South got something to say, man. This was not something you blame the Normans for. It's not something you blame the Normans for, dog. Let's hear the words ourselves now. Let's hear the words ourselves. I'm gonna put thumbnail up there this time.
Man, he's a hard guy to interview because he won't stop. He won't stop. Man, he won't stop. I appreciate you, guys. I already told him that though, and he don't give a shit. But anyway, I saw you. Ty, you wanted me to press him, man. It just was so hard to do that with him. He just
So you did give off the impression. God damn, KQ, it's hard, man, bro. No, man. No, that shit ain't cool, KQKC. I had to listen to you. You was trying to press him, bro. See, it comes a time and place, man, where listening to the wrong people get you the type of attention and energy that you got from singing. Real talk, man.
I couldn't get my questions in. The phone was interrupted. But he just about as bad as Bill Haney almost. I don't know. Because I don't know the thing, he went through, going through. I do know about that when he turned down the fight. I know he ducked that fight. But I tried to do the best I could with him. And but just kept on phone ringing, kept on talking, So I don't know. So hold on. Okay, yeah, so it was a great interview. It was a great interview though. Okay. It was a great interview and everything. So but I'm about to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. All right. Oh, there goes Brian right there.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
I'm glad I'm smarter than every player. You pussy motherfucker. You thought you was gonna come on me and roast me or something? I just happened to click back on. So let me see what this nigga say. Well, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. The boat you came on your own. I don't care about none of this shit. Wait, no, nigga, fuck you. Fuck you ain't trying to press shit. You wasn't gonna press it. Wait, nigga, wait. You wasn't gonna press it. No, I heard what you were saying, nigga.
I know you heard what I said, but I'm not.
I heard exactly what you said. You wasn't gonna press shit. You no, wait.
I was gonna press you some other.
You wasn't gonna press shit, nigga. You to my duck some. How the fuck I duck anything? You know what, bro? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you.
The South has something to say, and they said it. KQKC, you was wrong for that, bro. You was wrong for that. You did. That's a perfect example of being influenced by people who can't do their own dirty work. Real talk. You can't do your own dirty work. That bitch couldn't do her own dirty work, man. That's obviously a Jerron Ennis fangirl who just jumped on the bandwagon and she influenced the nigga to go out here and try to fuck with a real one. And that's what you get for fucking with a real one who pulled back up on your ass. And not only, look, he not only told you what you needed to hear there, KQ, but goddamn, you did try to press that nigga, man. Come on, man. You did try to press that nigga for real. You said it was hard, and then you said he was worse than Bill Haney. Bro, you come on, man. God damn, I was just, man, come on, man. Look, once again, I don't have no problem with you, KQ. I just got a problem with that situation, which has nothing to do with me. I did use your media, okay? But that shit right there, that was uncalled for when he left to speak on his name like that, just strictly off the strength of somebody who don't give a fuck about him. Like, I understand the alliances that's circulating around here. I get it. But she influenced you to get that work right there at the end. That's what she did. She wasn't going to do it. She's up here telling, hey, tell him to join KO's panel next. Tell him, you got to be, look, you got to be very, very cautious of bitches like that. Set niggas up. And look, he popped back up and told you what he thought. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nobody had shit to say about that, man. That shit was legit. Damn, man. What's wrong with today? What's the day? Tuesday, dog? Man, I thought this shit happened on a Wednesday, bro. Come on, man. You can't sit up there. Look. The senior just got out of a match. Not only that, man. First of all, he a pro fighter. People already know that shit, right? He just got out of a match with Greg Hackett and shit. Obviously, he got in shape for that fight. You know, he got a son. Man, come on. It's just too much underlining issues that you already know about to try to goddamn run this game on a nigga, bro. Appreciate the ones in the chat enlighten me that it was the ending. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have a clue. That's the first time I looked at that video. But the end, I ain't gonna lie, the end was more exciting than the whole thing. I didn't know. And look, when I clicked on the video, I haven't even read the super chat yet. Look, when Jay dropped I didn't even read his whole thing. He said, hey, just, turn to the end. I didn't read when it goes left until the video was actually playing. I was looking over there at the comment. I said, okay. And then he pulled back. Shit. The South, has something to say. God damn, bro. Like, this ain't the first time he done sit up there and stepped on that community over there. KO, why don't y'all just chill, man? Why don't y'all niggas? You know what I'm saying? Bottom bitch got mad today. All y'all niggas get mad, bro. Fucking with people. Y'all acting alike, man. Y'all not to the sport of boxing. Y'all just following narratives. If a nigga is yelling at you, if you're picking up your voice talking to a grown-ass man, then guess what? If you get mad that grown-ass man that you're somewhat projecting that at returns the favor and you kick him off the panel, it's enough said. What's understood don't need to be explained. If you're trying to say a nigga soft and all that based off that shit KO probably told you, then that's your stupidity. That's your stupidity. I'm not bringing KO into any of this. I mean, talk to the nigga. He already know what it is. I don't have nothing to say about that nigga. I could care less. But I can tell you this. It's no type of damn communication to the point where it's respect. When a nigga is not on your panel like that, but yet you want to say soft based off another nigga, come on, man. That's why people, y'all niggas just don't, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't get it. Y'all may understand and you feel like it's a safeguard that talk all that reckless shit on here, but we're talking about boxing. Y'all niggas are so quick to say somebody ain't doing nothing when you living in a single light bulb cubicle space. Nigga, you have a floor lamp next to your motherfucking mattress. You know every ingredient to a ramen noodle package. You going around here, you have 10 different dishes that deal with ramen noodles, bro. Put that up as content. Because the shit you talking about now, no. I want you to argue about ramen noodle dishes that you got. If you got 10 already, I want you to get 11 by next week. I want you to do something that you're proud of, nigga. Stop talking boxing. Because y'all nigga always latching on to one another, talking the same bullshit, trying to get more motherfuckers to talk about the fighter that you don't like. All y'all niggas talk about the same shit. That's why WCS had to pull up on your punk ass. That's why I had to show my face. Huh? What we talking about again? Well, what is this I hear? What? Y'all over here just lying? You got black ass fight fans over here shitting on a black fighter. And then niggas gonna say Jen Sasaki is the A side and ain't fought nobody. But if Brian Norman ain't fought nobody, he ain't shit. He don't deserve. He ain't never earned $1 million. But Jen Sasaki, hype dozo. He can sit up here and come to the States and y'all be up there. Hey, man. Respect the Japanese dude. Come on, put some respect on his name, dude. Jen Sasaki pulled up on Brian Norman after the fight, dude. Come on, man. That was gangster. Let an American fighter pull up on another American fighter. Man, that's clout chasing. Why he do that, man? That's clout chasing. That's clout chasing right there. He shouldn't have did that. That's fucked up. He shouldn't have did that. See? That's what we talking about. Clout chasing. Jerron Ennis been calling out Crawford's name over and over and over and over and over again. But all of a sudden, they saying Norman clout chasing boots who don't have no clout. How can you chase a cloutless fighter and call it clout chasing? I thought it was called negotiation, not clout chasing. I ain't gonna lie, I really want to see this fight. It's very productive. If the fight's not gonna happen, let's move on from this topic. Boots is a very big 147-pound welterweight. Motherfuckers up here talking about he can fight Norman whenever he feel like it, like this dude's gonna continue to cut weight like that. It ain't gonna happen. I promise you that. And nigga, I don't make promises like that. I promise you that. He keep on having fights in Philly just to make a paycheck. I'm not mad at that when it comes to his pay. Make your motherfucking bag. That's one thing I will not do. I'm not going to sit up here and say what a fighter shouldn't get. I will say what someone shouldn't say if they're up here saying, well, the fighter shouldn't get this and shouldn't get that. No, make your motherfucking money because there's no retirement benefit package after that. There's no severance package. So therefore, I don't mind that. But if your whole plan is to come up with a motherfucking excuse, we sent the offer. Just like Michaela Mayer said, they sent Alicia Baumgarten the offer. Yeah, it was a lowball ass offer. It was less than what they fought for the first time. Come on now. Come on now. You want to say you sent an offer, but it's bullshit? What is the purpose of that shit then? You're sending a lowball offer so it to get declined just to say, oh, we sent offers. To be honest, we sent him an offer. And it was 10 times more than what he ever got. Motherfucker have to pay taxes and everything else. But niggas up here acting like they laced up. I mean, they wrapped his hands for the first time and they actually showed him as a kid. Hey, man, truth be told, man, ask him. I'm the one show him how to wrap his hands by himself, dude. I did. His dad didn't show him that. I did. Motherfuckers out here taking credit as if they was out there. Hey, he threw his first jab. It was me. He didn't know shit about a jab. I was knocking niggas out in the gym. And they say, hey, man, your jab is on point. Teach me how to do that. I say, sure, man. Hey, little fella, you're going to be something special in that. I see you being a world champion. They try to reenact the Sugar Ray Leonard and his son freaking Coca-Cola commercial. Let me stop, man. Let me stop, dog. He said Norman Sr. is a fighter still. The singing OG tried to violate. He did, man. Bro, you tried to violate, man. You got checked. You got checked. You got checked. Damn. Look, I was totally clueless to what he came back on there for. I didn't even have an idea until I listened. First, I was just going to show when he came back on. I said, no, I gotta. In the process, I seen the shit in the chat. I say, oh, I didn't even read the whole damn comment. He said goes left. Okay, I need to see why it went left. Boom. Worse than Bill Haney. I tried to. That right there, you admitted to having ulterior motives for having Senior on deck. And God damn it, boy, he was driving down 20. And he said, man, let me see, man. I know them hating ass niggas gonna be over there saying shit about. Let me click back on this bitch. Oh, is that right? You was gonna try to press me. Okay. Norman Sr. wasn't wrong. He said he was going to press a fighter like he was like that. He wasn't wrong for his reaction. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Real talk, man. You was wrong for trying to do that shit, bro. You was wrong, man. You was absolutely wrong trying to subliminally, secretly check a nigga, bro. Like he was a whole ass nigga, man. Like, come on, bro. No, man. No. That was fucked up. No, that was fucked up, man. You showed me KO tendencies right there, bro. That shit KO do. Talk about a nigga when you leave and shit. Kick him off the panel and say they ran. Come on, bro. Hey, while I'm on KO, hey, when you gonna do some more debates, man? When you gonna do some more debates? Are you gonna do any more debates for Canelo Crawford? I want to hear them same lame ass niggas get up there and say the same shit they said with Spencer Crawford, but they don't want to hear it when I tell them. I want bring back the debates, man. Bring back the debates, please. Hey, can you bring back the dude in the dark room so I can see him looking side to side like he's schizophrenic? Bring him back, man. I need some entertainment, bro. What did Boost rehydrate to? I heard 200 pounds. That can't be true. I'm not going to go on a limb to say 200 pounds because he didn't look like he was 200. Like, he looked like he hydrated very nicely. He wasn't bloated. It didn't look like he was holding a lot of water. Speed was there. Cardio was on point. No, man, I can't say 200. Now, if you're talking about the fight was at 147, that nigga was in the 160s for sure. He had to be in the 160s, goddammit. I'm just guessing. Yeah, he had to be in the 160s, Blue. He had to, bro. He had to be in the 160s. Yeah, BG, he got exposed, man. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts as to the reason why he got exposed. He let a bitch influence him. He let a bitch set him up. Just because, hey, $5. Hey, BG, it took $5. A bitch set him up with $5, yo. That's what it took. Hey, Shaw News, $5, man. That's what we going for. That's all it takes, bro. $5 to get you set up. Real talk, nigga. Real talk. That's all it takes. $5, dude, and you are set the fuck up. Look, $5, bro. I complimented the interview. I said, man, the interview was tight. I ain't gonna lie, the interview was nice. I wasn't worrying about no phone interruption except them bitching and shit over there about a natural event happening when a guy who has a business, them niggas hating. And then came the conclusion, which I absolutely stopped prematurely. But thanks to the hottest chat in the motherfucking game, before I close down this bitch, you know, if I would have shut down this motherfucker and seen that in the chat, I would have felt some type of way. I ain't gonna lie, because the conclusion was everything. The conclusion, the pull-up game. Damn, the pull-up game was the culminating moment, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The pull-up game was it's been a while. I done seen a lot of shit on the YTC, but I don't know, man. I think when somebody tell you a little bit of their personal shit about their kids, as grown men, especially, even me, I would have said, unless I totally despise the nigga, I would have said, you know what? What's on my mind, I'm gonna keep it, because he was being genuine about shit. He was telling you some personal shit online in front of everybody. But then you turn around and say he was worse than Bill Haney. And yeah, it was hard to press him and all that. Nah. That wasn't right, bro. But it did make my evening, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit is the type of entertainment. I'm serious, bro. Yo, I'm about to bounce up out of here, yo. I gotta go decompress off this shit. He talked about the phone calls too. Yeah, he did. You're right. Hey, when somebody running a motherfucking business and they didn't even let the people know they're running a business, I'm not even gonna mention it. I mean, he's mentioned it before, but you know, it has nothing to do with it. It's not even respect. It's not even a space where it can be respected to even say, okay, you're going to be receiving those phone calls because you run this type of business. It's certain people's not going to respect it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to respect it. They're just going to pretty much tie it in with everything else they heard today. That's all. When you got a business, yeah, you're going to get phone calls, nigga. It's just like these niggas on YouTube that have panels and they get a nigga to pop up there and then they be dropping links to niggas behind the scene. You know, it's the same thing. Mother be dropping links to niggas behind the scene. They come on the panel and start talking shit because somebody that they don't like done showed up in the area. It's the same shit. Dude, he has a legitimate business. I know this for a fact. I know it for a fact. That's all. Two separate businesses, if that. I don't know everything about it. I know for a fact because I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it several before. So that shit's legit. But when you're talking to fight fans and don't want to hear nothing about it, and they want to say a nigga was answering the phone, ain't nobody calling him that much, you a hating ass nigga. Real talk. It don't matter if you're a male or female, you a hating ass nigga. If you worried about motherfuckers taking phone calls, that's none of your concern, and you don't have shit to do with it, you're already hating on them for no fucking reason. You a hating ass nigga, point blank, period. You just up there talking shit. And then the nigga that's on the panel that's pretending to be something other than what it is, he ended up being the softest of them all. Because he's spending too much time around y'all. Beta bitch ass nigga, man. Till next time, man, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Salute to the Cash Apps. I appreciate it. I'm out.